everyone, and welcome to GBBC episode 4. We are here with Niciboy and Mordred. Say hi, Nikki.
What's up?
Mordred?
Yeehaw!
Bro thinks he's in Texas. Okay, so, yeah, we are here with, you all know what GBBC stands for, the GB Broadcasting Corporation. So, yeah.
Giant big blonde cocks.
What? Wait. Okay, so this video not getting monetized? It wasn't getting monetized anyway.
7.
I can't even monetize in Albania, so it's fine. So what's gonna happen here, boys, is we're gonna start immediately with T2 coverage because Niciboy, we gotta respect the Lord and Savior, the Tempai Goat. So yeah. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start immediately with the T2 coverage, and I know what. First thing first, let's get the elephant out of the room. All right. Funny. Like Earl was wrong, Niciboy was wrong. We said, like, for the people who don't know, I'll just play the clip. At this point. Wait a second. Oh, what the fuck? Wait a second. Oh, what
This commercial has been brought to you by Gatorade.
It has not, but hey, if Gatorade wants to hit me up, give me 1 second.
Now, chat, you have to wait for Earl to prep the filming room,
The what?
We gotta shoot some scenes later.
What?
Yeah. Bro, do you remember when when somebody, tried to search for, what was that, Mordred plus Victinium something on the OF thingy, bro?
Oh yeah.
It was actually there. And it was actually there, bro.
Nah, that shit was funny though. That shit was funny. Like, okay, so see, because Mordred brought it up, like this will remain in the video. By the way, this will be on YouTube. This part. So, so for the people who don't know, right? For the people who don't know, if you go to Twitch chat or and you type let me show you, right? Let me just hide this, right? And you type, for example. Let me just do this so you guys don't get fucking Matrix. Okay, so, and you type for example, onlyfans.com/EarlGB, right? Right? And it shows up as a link, but if you try to open it, it doesn't lead anywhere, right? It's just a fake link. I won't, just in case Twitch cancels this. But it's just a fake link. It's not a real page, right? However, when we tried GB Mordred or something, right? Or more something like that. I think it was either Mordred or GB Mordred. I'm not gonna open it on here. We actually landed on a real link. We landed on a real link and the link. Hear me out. And the link, the second name, the secondary true name, because it has a showing name and then it has a true name below it. The true name was actually Fictinium's real name.
Oh shit. That was insane, bro.
Bro, the Mordred Fictinium OnlyFans crossover episode was crazy, bro. What?
Nah.
I'm not gonna when I'm done with this, remind me. I'll try to show you guys when I'm done with this. But I can't do it right now because I don't want to open any OnlyFans links. I'll probably get canceled. So you got the link though. So funny. It is so fucking funny. But yeah. So also Niciboy, can you tell the people on the T2 server that we're doing the GBBC, the T2 coverage?
I think they know about it. I think I told them.
Oh, okay. Open at your own risk. Yeah, more than that it is. But
you mean in our Discord? Wait, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the people who don't know, moving to T2 coverage here, let's get the elephant out of the room. So this was the top 8 matches, right? It was Canada versus All for One. It was BNE versus STS, right? And then it was Cuddle Partners BOF and PG versus McDonald's, right? Now, my expectations, most expectations were for BOF to win, right? And Cuddle Paddle won, right? And then
Yeah, I don't know.
Here,
Yeah, that's
here, PG actually was the expected team to win, and they did win. Props to them, right? And then like this happened, right? So we were saying like, oh, Canada obviously one of the favorites to win, if not the favorite to win, you know, depending on who you ask. And then STS again, probably the favorite to win, right? So
yes.
we say Canada is the favorite to win against All for One, and SCS is the favorite to win against BNE, right? And then I say this. Let me just
For the top 4 match of the right side of the bracket. This gonna be insane.
imagine top 4 match ends up being like All for One versus BNE, bro.
It could happen.
So yeah. Guess what the top 4 match was?
I mean, I said it could happen.
But you did laugh.
Yeah,
You did laugh. You did laugh. No, he said it could happen. It could happen. He said like it's not out of the way, right? But he obviously still expected Canada.
There is for sure a chance, you know.
Like he said like it could happen. Like it's not like we're not crossing them out. But like obviously the favorites were Canada and CS. And then we made a joke about it, and I fucking I jinxed it. You know, the Albanian jinx back at it again, bro, in full fucking force. So yeah. Carol Paddle and Carol Paddle won against BOF, as we said. PG won against McDonald's, and then BNE beat STS, and All for One beat Canada, right? The exact scores I don't remember. I think they were all 2-1s, right?
No, All for One beat Canada 2-0.
Oh, it was 2-0. Insane. But yeah. So, and then we move on to the top 4, right? And then the top 4 matches also happened, right? And it was All for One versus BNE and PG versus Paddle. And PG beat Paddle, sending Paddle into the 3rd place match, right? And then BNE beat All for One, sending All for One into 3rd place match. So basically, like this week, we're gonna have Paddle versus All for One for the 3rd place spot, right? Which is, I believe, like what, 200?
I think 150 if I remember correctly. Could be 150.
Yeah.
100.
I think it's 200 for 100 for 3rd place. Yeah.
100 for 3rd place.
100,
Okay,
yeah.
so it's a $100 money match basically, right? There's $100 on the line.
basically.
So it's basically a $100 money match. And then we have the big one, which is PG versus BND, right? So
Yes.
this will decide which one is the first ever T2 champion, you know? So
And if I can say something,
go ahead.
winning a season in T2 trials might grant you something for season 2. Not gonna say something, but
I'm not giving them a blowjob. We already talked about this.
Nah, like winning a season is pretty good. Like not only in terms of like prize money, but I cooked something. Okay.
So,
yeah.
by the way, I know Mordred said that Mordred is not gonna give the winner a blowjob, but it's not up to him, so don't worry. So
Mordred becoming crazy. What do you mean becoming?
blowjob dread goes like is insane, bro. So yeah. Now, first thing, let's start with a 3rd place match here. So, as much as I do want to say that All for One actually has been cooking this season, you know, and like beating like Canada, you know, which is insane, like 2-0 and that, you know. I have been saying Cuddle Paddle wins every match since top 16, bro, and Cuddle Paddle be winning all of them. Like,
actually, did you?
Bro, I said LBF beats Cuddle Paddle. I remember because I said all the top teams win, and then Cuddle Paddle won, and then I said BOF beats Cuddle Paddle, and then Cuddle Paddle won. Like, I can't seem to catch the fucking number with Cuddle Paddle. But now,
I think
if I say All for One wins again, they will name me as the #1 Cuddle Paddle hater, right? And I don't know if I want that. So I do think All for One is going to win. But out of sheer like mortals, I will have to go with Cuddle Paddle, okay? Otherwise, I'm probably going to get attacked.
Yeah, I'm going to go with All for One on this. They played insane the whole tournament, and I think 3rd place finish for some money. They want to win that. So
I think
and I also have the feeling that like Cuddle Paddle, like the problem with Cuddle Paddle team is like not the quality of the players because they're actually like a good team. The problem is the team is really small, right? Like they only have like 4 or 5 players they could realistically put on a lineup, which makes them really predictable after some matches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
They,
think
they might be small, but they're very technical, you know. So they did get themselves this third place match opportunity.
Actually, it's
Yes,
not.
yes, yes, yes.
I'm giving my vote to Cuddle Puddle.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
think they're
hear me
gonna
out. It might be small, but I'm sure it has a great personality and it will treat you right. Okay, so
Mhm.
and I'll say it's not even small. It's average. Okay, so like.
Arnold's pickup lines are insane lately, bro.
So yeah. Okay, so since Mordred chose Cuddle Puddle and Niciboy chose All for One, I'll just be the middle ground here, right? I'll choose the middle and say what wins. Okay. So yeah, but I will be the unbiased. I do think that All for One is the better team, you know? But
Yeah, I agree.
simply because I've been like giving Cuddle Puddle L's and they've been keep giving me L's back. I have to just vote for Cuddle Puddle, right? So I'll vote for Cuddle Puddle, but I think that All for One is the favorite. Does that make sense?
No, I think if you want Cuddle Puddle to win, you have to vote against them, bro. They're trying to prove you wrong. You know, you need to give them a reason.
True.
Fair enough. Cuddle Puddle losing. 0-2. They're not taking the game. Okay, they're getting cooked. How much time does CPD will last? Against All for One, bro, it's gonna be like a 15-minute match, bro. I'll see if I can like stream this match, bro. It'll be like the quickest stream I've ever done, right? It'll be like the quickest fucking 2-0 ever, right? And then they'll win. And
Yeah.
like, fucking.
But
and,
he's no stranger to
like-
quick
like-
things.
the-
Neither am I,
bro,
so-
like 15 minutes, bro. I fucking wish. So yeah.
10 seconds, take it or leave it.
Yeah, bro. Like what? Who do you think I am, Johnny Sins? But and yeah. So I will say that Carapata loses, and if I can stream this match, I will. And I will also, if Carapata wins, I'll see all the Carapata members just like call me slurs in chat. I don't know. So yeah. What about the finals though? What about the finals? I feel like this is like a very like. This is like a very
It's a
like.
crazy final.
I think PG.
This is like a very based match. I want to say, right? So the reason I say that, right, is because like it's a match between a very like a team that we've known has been strong, right? PG, right? Like ever since the start, we're like, okay, this team is like very stacked, you know, and like you know, like these guys can definitely like, no matter who you put them up against, you cannot count them out, right? So like even if you put this like PG against like SCS or Canada, I don't think it's like an anonymous like decision against them. I don't think it's ever an anonymous decision against PG. Like everyone knows these guys are insane, right? And then there's BNE,
Yeah, that's
right?
pretty good.
BNE started this tournament as like, oh, they're like the second best OCG team, right?
Second, maybe even third.
Second, maybe
Mm.
third, yeah.
Yeah,
They
second,
just
maybe
started
third.
well.
So they did have a lot that to prove, right? And then they beat United We Stand, which was actually a very stacked team, right? And then they beat the Chinese, SCS, which was the favorite.
But also, yes.
Like it was
Then they
like
beat all
either
for
the
one.
favorite or second place. Like it was up to that. Like it was either top 1 or top 2 teams for like expected to win, right? And now they're here. So they've been on a generational run. You know? They went from
I mean,
like
they
no
also- they also
you're gonna call us third best OCG team? No you don't. No you don't. We're gonna fucking
In
win
all
this.
fairness, in all fairness, the thingy was drafted like that like OCG teams basically took out each other.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mordred.
You know.
Kaito with a rate of 49. Kaito, as soon as we talked about UWS, by the way. Tra-la-lero, tra-la-la.
For the record, like PG invited me to play for them, and it's good thing I
Wait.
didn't, because if I was playing,
Okay,
they would be out
Mordred,
round
Mordred,
one.
you might want to replay that because the Raid Tra-la-lero song was still playing. So you might want to start from the beginning. That's why I told you to wait. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, it's over. Okay. I have the stream muted because I don't want to hear double sound.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, actually, PG invited me to play for them for the T2 trials, but I refused because I didn't want to play at all. And the good thing I didn't play because they would be out round one if I accepted probably.
Yeah,
So that is
because
that.
they would get
Yeah.
the GB Mordred debuff, you know. You know, like once Mordred joins your team, you lose every coin and get maxed every game.
Yeah, it's either that or the team would get DQ'd because I would randomly, insult my opponent.
True.
But yeah, just kidding. We are professionals here, you know.
True. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. But yeah, PG has also like did ask me like I think like a season ago to join, you know, for like another league, and I was like yes, like I was like with my team that time, you know, with WAD, and I was like yeah maybe another time, and they I think they asked me again, and then I was like the German people asked me first, so I had to go there, and then like Hawkeye was like well bro we invited you didn't accept it now I feel bad about it, but yeah like PG you know always that team, like it's like a team that has been like we've known was very strong versus a team that's trying to prove a fucking point, okay? So this is the base fucking finals.
Yeah, I like it. It's a cool final. I'm a fan.
So
Yeah, and it's the ultimate battle between OCG and TCG.
true,
know?
the PG has
Yes.
like
Which they
two
explain what
world participants, right?
Who is the second one? Oh, the
I think
from
I heard they
Irusa,
have two.
think.
I know they have one. They have Benki, right?
Yeah, Benki and the guy that qualified with Yubal in September this year. No, yeah, no, it was the second DC of the year, I think. I don't know
It's
which
something
one.
like that. But I have heard they have two, I believe, right? So yeah, the ultimate between TCG and OCG, right? So who you got?
I mean,
Who
I got
starts?
this, you know.
Who you got, Nicky Boy? Who you got winning this?
I will answer last.
Okay,
I
Mordred
said PG.
said
PG.
PG. Okay, I do also think I have PG. They my boys. They
So
are my
my vote
boys.
doesn't really matter.
What?
Yeah, I have. So I'm always
Okay,
looking
so
on
okay,
like
so I'll
performance.
do it like this. I'll do it like this. Since Mordred voted for PG, I'll say because of the generational run, I'll go with BNE. And now Nicky Boy, it's on you to make the final vote.
Okay, so I'm always having the same problem on PG with what I said about Cuddle Puddle. So if you can you maybe open the roster of PG again because so it's like easier for me to explain.
Okay, wait, no. Where is PG?
Mix
PG,
gaming
Phoenix Gaming.
with the group E.
Okay, yeah. So
Okay, so like if you look at that roster, right? You have three people that like are like outstanding. We have Nightfall, obviously. We have Matrix, and then we have Benki.
yes.
But if you look at the other members,
If you look
like
at Maybach, for example.
Maybeck, for example, what I'm saying is like the other people are not really that cooking, and also they are mostly playing with the same lineup because it's always Nightfall, Matrix, and Benki, right? And it's really easy to predict what they're gonna bring because like Nightfall is only playing the same two decks, Matrix is always playing the same two decks. So, and if you compare that roster to B and E, for example, like for example, these players they are really good at the PG. I like Nightfall, I like Benki, I love them, right? They're really cool guys. But like the B and E roster, bro, they're always on the rated ladder, bro. They play 40 different decks, unpredictable. They bring like any deck they like, bro. And I mean, can you check the B and E roster again?
Yeah, give me a second.
Because I'm not too familiar with like their names
Oh,
and
they
shit.
they have Gimlet the goat. They literally have the goat.
Yeah, they have Gimlet. They have like 2, 3 gold icons. I mean, like yeah, you see on B and E's roster they have like also like 2-3 guys that are playing the most of the games. But I think the roster of BNE is just a bit wider. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the performance of these players is like a bit higher. Like if you take the first three, if you take them out, like I think BNE has like more single players that are good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so they win
so-
the head to head more often, is what you're trying to say.
Yes.
Right? So
exactly,
if you put every BNE player against every maybe I'm getting roasted, yeah. So if you put every BNE player against every PG player, you're saying that like BNE would have more wins by the end, right?
Exactly. So if the finals would happen, like I'm like I don't have the lineup now, but I'm expecting PG will put Nightfall, Benki, and Matrix again. But for BNE, for example, I mean they will probably bring Gimlet. I mean he's the best player on the team. But other than Gimlet, they can bring anyone. And the thing is like that's very unpredictable. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So my choice for the winning team is actually BNE for the finals. I mean, I'm gonna root for the TCG players, obviously, but I'm trying to think logically about this final. You know,
Okay, so your final vote
so I
goes
think
to
BNE.
BNE. Okay.
Damn.
You heard it here first, boys. If BNE wins, you know what to say? Tournament 3. Okay, so yeah,
Ricky boy.
I'm just saying. Nah, just get it. Just get. We did defeat the rigged allegations ever since SCS lost, right? Because like Nicky Boy
that's
is
true.
like
That's true.
the
That's true.
biggest SCS glazer, right? Like they say they say he has their poster hanged on the wall and uses them for like you know private
I mean,
private time.
actually they have mine posters, but yeah, I love them too.
Nah, bro, Nicky boy has gold icon on the wall, and every time he wakes up, he looks at it, and morning wood immediately jumps up. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
Actually,
fair.
That is true. Yeah.
So
So, what can we say about the tournament? Did you like it, or tell me? Did you like T2 trials?
Teach Trials was fun.
Give me
It was kind of
Give-
like
Give me feedback.
it was kind of fresh, right? It's not something that's been done before, right? Now, you know, I've been kind of like, you know, I've been in the know of like what's gonna happen because we did talk like before like this whole thing happened, so like I was familiar with what was gonna happen. But like, you know, I did not even back then. I do like the idea, right?
Mhm.
It was a very like fresh, never done before kind of tournament, right? Because like Iron Man's, they're very known format, right? What is it like the 3v3 like head to head like that? It's like, you know, it's more common, whereas this is a bit more uncommon. You know, the best of ones, you know,
Yes.
all that jazz. You know, this is world's format with a twist, kind of, right? So
Exactly.
I do like that. I do like that. You know.
Mhm.
Now, would I think that a proper worlds format would have been also fun, you know, with like the shared deck list and everything?
Would be a nice idea, yeah, maybe.
Maybe yes and maybe no, because it would be a pain to like moderate, right? But
Like, yeah.
it will actually be like so fucking painful because that's like the main problem with that, right? I remember when Judo did it, and then he like missed like a lot of stuff, right? And then it was like, I'm sorry guys, it's just I see like 700 deck lists in front of me, and I have to compare them all, you know?
Yeah.
Even we missed. I remember like it was me, Earl, and Crobat, and we played in it, bro. And like we, I think, corrected the deck list like 6 times 5 minutes before the tournament because we
Yeah, and
realized
like
it's too hard for
one
us.
of them was actually during the tournament because I didn't realize. I don't know if it shows. Wait a second. Let me see.
Okay. GB cheating, bro. He's gonna
No, like
like
you
I
know, the
went
thing is,
21 and 1
like
during the
it
tournament, bro.
didn't happen with just us, right? I think it was like after round one, you know, like some like Judo caught some stuff, you know, and then it was like it's fine because it didn't come up and all the jazz, right? But like, what the fuck, bro? Hello.
Yeah.
Wait,
So,
so basically, like
yeah.
both me and Mordred were sharing 1-for-1. So it's just none of us realized. Not even Judo, not me, not Mordred.
Yeah. Doomed, bro. I went 21 and 1 for nothing, bro. That's
True.
crazy.
No, but we get to say that we coached the world champions, so it's fine. Because they
Okay,
did do
so
that
we
tournament to
don't talk
like
about it.
get a good idea of the format before playing, right? So we did coach them. So yeah.
We
So
basically
I have just a hypothetical question, like to Earl and like all the guys in chat. Like let's say Tito Trials season 1 was nice, right? Like you enjoyed this. Like I
Mhm.
see someone in chat wrote something about like the website, the quality of streams. Thank you, by the way, Gold, for all the like nice words. Like we all do this for free, right? Like you have to imagine every like money you paid us to the entry fee, like that it all went to the prize pool. We received $1,100, and the prize is $1,100. So we do not get a single penny. Our judges do that freely. Like everyone does it freely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
Yuki did like 50 matches alone.
Yuki did like 50 matches. Tauli made the fucking website. By the way, shout out to Tauli. He made a crazy website that we can always use for any further seasons, which is crazy. I think no other tournament had like a website and stuff. But let's say hypothetically there would be a real worlds format. Do you think that would be interesting? Like, would people care about this? Because I mean, it's kind of a fantasy format because most of the people in our league did not play at Worlds or will not play at Worlds in the next years. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you still think that people would enjoy like Worlds format, like the real Worlds format with shared card pool and stuff, or would you or would you think they would not enjoy it? Well, what
I
do you think?
mean, okay, so I mean, it does depend, right? It's kind of a fictional format, as I said, because like very few people will actually make it there. But at the same time, like tournament kind of like invite pro players, right? And I feel like it's fun for pro players just in general to kind of just enjoy the world's format, I think, right?
Mhm.
You know, so it's like, okay, so will I be to worlds next year or this year? Definitely not, right? Will I be next year? You know, maybe, who knows? But like the idea that I'm playing with the world's format, right, is also fun. You know, I get to experience the fun without actually like qualifying for it, you know. So that could be
I get
fun.
that.
And like I feel like because like these are not like casual players that are here, these are like all pro players, right? And I feel like their goal is always worlds. It could be fun to like for them to play in a world style format. You know, what do you think, Mordred?
No, I think for sure, especially because like we are actually approaching World, so like something like World celebrating season of T2 trials would be something to look forward to, something fun.
Yeah, so would be cool, right? Like in 3 months are worlds. Like imagine like doing like a season 2, but like only season 2 is like worlds format. Would be kind of W idea, right, Mordred? I think it's good.
Yeah, especially if we qualify, Lano.
I mean,
Especially if we qualify for Worlds.
also that. So what I'm saying is like this T2 trials was just like an idea from me because I think like the team leagues are like the most fun part about like having teams. Because to be fair, I mean, yeah, as a team, you also like play together, like normally ranked, and maybe practice for challenger cups and shit. But like the real team tournaments are the cool part. I realized that because we had our first, what's the league name again of the Japan league, like the WMPG, whatever.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
WMG.
Yeah. We had like we had like our first match day, and I'm the leader, right? So I didn't play. But like the synergy again with all the people in the voice chat talking and shit, like we didn't have that for like half or like a full year or something
I mean,
because
since
third eye
third eye.
ended, yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of missed that because I think it's kind of cool um to play as a team, like everyone in voice chat, coaching shit, like
I
working
will say
together.
something. I will say something. In my opinion, teams are only for team leagues, right? Now, why do I say that? Is because I feel like the testing and like talk and all that jazz, right? I don't think you gotta be in the team to like do that, right? Like example, me and Mordred do not share a team, or like a better idea. Me and Fictinium have never shared a team, right?
Mhm.
Right? I've been in like I've been in like a gentleman's club for like one season. I don't think I've ever played, right? But the idea is like me and Fictinium have practically never shared the team, right? But we still talk
Mhm.
about like that, about the kind of about the format, right? We still talk like, oh, I
Yeah.
like I think I was talking to him like just this morning or like the day before, I was like, oh, like I still think that like Snake Eyes is the best deck, we're gonna go into all that talk later, right? But like the idea is that like we don't need to share a team to do that, like even though like we're like in different teams, me and Niciboy and Mordred and Fictinium, we're still friends, right? We can still talk. Like there's nothing
Yeah,
to, yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, but
So
on the other
so
hand,
like
for
the idea is
example,
like
like when they prepare, for DC and shit, like some.
For
We
example,
don't
like
tend to share. We don't tend to share the goo like usually.
I mean,
yeah. So
yeah,
for
it's
example,
okay. So
if
it's
some
a bit more like how do I put this? It's a bit more like you keep it like within like a couple of people mostly, right? But that just happens. That's just because like okay, so you're not gonna talk about the goo to me in like my server, right? There's like 500 people there. You don't want to share with everyone, you know. Like, but the thing is that I've talked about the goo from people with other teams for DC too, right? Like this, you know, that's the thing.
Yeah, but it depends. Like I can talk about it with you because like, will you really try hard? Not really. So like, you are not really. You're like I don't really see like you as competition in sense that you will not have time to play as much as I will.
Bro, called me
So
what?
like, you will not try hard. As much as
Ye-
I will. So like, I can tell you, and not
Yeah.
worry that like I will have to fight you for the first place. you know but at the
I was
same time,
thinking
like,
to
for
me.
example, Niciboy, I will fight him probably for the he will definitely be up there, but we can still talk because we're on the same team and we like don't care.
I mean,
Unlike
Mordred.
somebody
I
like
mean,
Josh
Mordred.
or something like that, why would
Mordred.
they
Like
share?
if you win, right, you're gonna choose me, right, Mordred?
Yeah, we're gonna we will eventually have to have this talk. Like, anyways.
Hmm. Hmm.
Bro said, let me
Like
qualify first.
I love everybody in my team, but as soon as someone qualifies and doesn't choose me, I'm tilted. Just gonna say that
Oh,
beforehand,
seven.
bro.
Oh yes, they getting banned from T2 like immediately.
Yeah, the team is gonna crumble, bro, if they don't choose me, bro. Like,
Bro, they don't choose you, bro. Like the amount of slurs about to be dropped, bro. It's like, bro, it's gonna be a fucking
yeah.
Call of Duty lobby right there.
Yeah, that's true. Nah, I get your point because of like the whole team shit. I mean, I'm also like writing with a lot of people in the community, and I have not a problem like with helping people and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's for example for the DC Cup, I wanna like have my own practice with my team because I think my team are probably one of the favorites for Europe because I think they're really good, like most of them. And why should I share like my information about the DC Cup where I want my team to win? You know what I'm saying? Why should I share this with anyone? Like, but if you ask me in general, like, oh, you're Niciboy, the Snake Island sucks. What can I change? I mean, I can help you, no problem. But like, especially when it comes to DC or like regional qualifiers, why should I share, right?
The
Like,
thing
why?
is, even then, most people do kind of keep it to like their 3-man team, you know, for Worlds,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So like, it's just a case of I don't think most of that is real. You know, I feel like teams are for team leagues for me. You know, all of that are just like kind of like small stuff. I feel like the main part of teams is definitely team league. Everything is just
yeah. And
like some
also,
some kind of extra thing.
like the whole team dynamic makes like you more connected to like other people, and you also gain like friends. You know, like for example, when I come home from like my real life stuff and I like chill at my PC, I see like the T2 voice chat. I see like 5 fucking retards sitting there watching Gara. And
True.
it's fun, bro. Like I'm gonna join. You know, like it's fun. So like I think the whole team shit also connects you to other people like in the community and shit.
Bro,
So because like before I was in the T2, I was like just a random like playing tournaments. And so
bros,
it's more fun to have like an actual team, you know what I'm saying?
bro
Like it's
said
more
I
fun.
come home tired and I talk to my Discord kittens. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy.
Everyone loves watching Gera, bro. If I told you how many times Gera was kicked from the voice chat, you wouldn't believe me.
No, I think we definitely would. Not gonna lie. I think we definitely would believe you.
Yeah, for real, for real. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, and that's why I wanted to create this league because I think like the team tournaments were the most fun. But since the third eye and the Bing was kind of like AFK or something, I don't know what happened with them. I think T2 trials will be like a thing that's gonna happen like often. Like we will do season 2, we probably will do season 3, probably. Don't forget, it's also work for us because we don't get anything from it. It's just for the community, you know what I'm saying?
Not gonna
But we
lie,
do it for fun. We love our project. I mean, we created like artworks, designs, overlays for streams. We did a website. Like this was all created because we wanted to do that because I think it's fun. And I think season 2 will be even better. Because we will try out something new. And I would advise anyone here to watch the final stream. I wanted to stream the finals. It's going to be on next Saturday. It's PG versus BE. I wanted to stream it, but I have to judge a regional, so I can't. I actually realized that yesterday, so I can't. So you will watch the finals on Kidot's stream, and there he will announce season 2. with the new rules change and all you need to know actually.
And what about the Cuddle Potter versus All for One? Do we know when that is gonna happen, or?
Oh, I think it's I think it's on the same day if I don't mistaken it. Let me check it. Let me check again. I think the finals is on this the third place match is on the same day, like 2 hours before, I think.
2 hours before.
Or
Okay,
something
wait.
like that. Yeah, I'm gonna post it.
Okay, wait.
So if you want to stream it, feel free to stream it.
Yeah,
It's fine.
tell me the time in like Central Europe time.
They agreed on. Let me post it. Upcoming matches. Give me like 10 seconds.
Sure.
Okay, I posted it
Oh no.
in the upcoming matches.
Um.
It's on the Discord.
Yeah, wait, I can't fucking see. Okay. Oh, that suckers for me. Bro, I'm sorry. I can't. No.
I mean, it's fine. Like, if you can't, like anyone else can do it.
E-girl talking to you, Earl. We can see it, and bro, it's literally plushy belt from chat. Stop.
Yeah. So I think season 2 of T2 Trials will start in like 2 months. So like you have to imagine, guys, after Saturday, after the final is gonna get streamed, I will post an announcement for season 2 and I will have a poll and you can already start registering and shit. Because what I was realizing was I didn't post the league in the Master Duel Meta server, which I totally forgot. I don't know. I got the tournament role, but I didn't post my league in that. I was kind of like I kind of forgot it, to be honest. And like after this the series went on, like the season went on, like the Swiss stages, a lot of people were writing me like, "Yo, Nikki, can we still join?" And I was like, "Damn, no, it's already like running." And they were like, "Fuck, I didn't saw an announcement." And I was like, "Damn, yeah, I didn't post it." So I will totally post it like on Saturday when the season 2 is announced, and I hope we get at least the same amount of teams. And I only got like positive feedback. Like I think everyone enjoyed it. I mean, yeah, some matches are maybe unfortunate. Some like we had some problems with like match reports coming too late or like problems in the match reports and shit. But don't forget, guys, we are all also humans, right? So we had to make mistakes to get there, and I think the season 1 was actually pretty clean. We had like no big delays. I think it was pretty good actually.
Yeah, it was pretty
like
smooth. Also, not gonna lie, when Nikki said like, yeah, you guys know we didn't like earn anything from this, but like, what if something changes for season 2? And I thought he was gonna say, what if we pocket all the money? Like, that's
No.
Evil T2 League be like.
So guys, and also what I want to say on stream, because like I get the message a lot of times, I want to say it on stream so I can like say to everybody, hey, I explain it on stream. So the reason why we do entry fee is not because we take your money and run away with it.
Yes.
I mean, we are giving all the money in the prize pool. So like 100% of money we receive, we're gonna give back to the winners, to the top 3. So we don't earn anything. But the only reason why we do entry fee is because I think a tournament is better when there is something on the line. Because people, like for example, in the Japan League, it's free. So if you go 0-2, you might as well just troll. Pick any troll decks. I don't know, fucking terrible tier 8 decks. And I think it's the most fun when people try hard. Like that's the point of our league.
Yeah, so the thing is like I remember we talked about this like way back, before it started, right? And it was like Nicky was like, okay, Earl, what do you think we should do, like prize pool or like no prize pool, or like entry fee or no entry fee? And I'm like, without entry fee, there's only so much you can like put into the prize pool, right? And that's not always enough to motivate people, right? Whereas like, if everybody just kind of chips in, because there's so many people, right? It's like 32 teams, like 10 people each, like 300 players, right? So like more than 300 actually. But yeah, so once you like have everybody kind of chip in and like everybody pays like a small fee, then it like becomes like a really really big prize pool, right? And that motivates people, right? Because like you're not gonna get like Team Canada, for example, with like a $50 prize pool, right? Because like what, each of them is going to get like $5, you know, like who cares?
Exactly, and
You know?
I think it's also cool for the community if you have like, I mean, I don't know, like a lot of people played already in Third Eye where they like played, but for like I heard from like a lot of like Asian teams and shit, they told me like, yo Nikki, can you please put our team in the groups with like Ryan and like Nash and shit, because it's cool to play like people like them, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like they're good players, they are like world champions, you know, and like if you have a chance of playing against them, it's cool as fuck, I would say. So I don't know. I think entry fee is the best conclusion because like every team tries its best. You get the pro players, you get the casuals, you get everyone, and I think 45, or if we do, maybe we do like $30 next season or $40. I mean, we can ask the players, but there will be an entry fee because I think a tournament without entry fee is just gonna be a mess in my opinion. I think it's
I
not
mean,
gonna
I
work.
think $40 is fair. Like if you have 10 people, that's like $4 per
$4,
person.
yeah.
Like,
It's like
I have, I
less
have,
than a sub, you know?
yeah, I have hard time believing that like that like somebody wouldn't have like $3. Like, and I understand, like, I'm not poor shaming or anything, but like
Yeah.
$3 and you get to play like 5-6 weeks of the league and you have a chance to win like
And
800 1,000. Like,
I'm not gonna say like any names, but like instead of other leagues, we take 100% of the entry fee to the prize pool. There were some other leagues, they like fucking take the entry fee and pay bots and shit for that. I'm not gonna say the name, but I think that's ridiculous. So that's crazy to me. Like I don't know. So for example, like we like to do that. We do it with our heart, you know. Like we like the community, we like the tournament style, we like the tryharding. For example, bro, when the SCS against the Espada match, bro, I fucking enjoyed that match. Like that was high class Yu-Gi-Oh! I
Yeah.
enjoyed that. And also BNE versus All for One was also a crazy game, for example. Like I just enjoy like when two like high class teams play against each other. And I wanna like sponsor that, you know, like I wanna give a place where like the teams can face off and actually like play against each other. I think it's cool.
and it's also
And
fun to watch. It's like, every weekend you have these matches, to watch, like, like
yes,
people watch Champions League or like, just,
yes.
any league in general for any sport. It's just
Yeah.
fun. You can sit and watch Yu-Gi-Oh. People who mostly know what they're doing.
And to be fair, there are also a lot of like
Mostly.
single player tournaments, right? You have Meta Weekly, you have like Challenger Cups, you have the Cloudy tournament shit, you have so many like single player tournaments, but like when it comes to team tournaments, you don't have actually that much at the moment.
Yeah. It's
So
only just like what WMGP Challenger Cups 3v3s whenever they happen, you know? And
yeah,
like
and
that's
like our league.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
But for example, the coverage of the WMPG, like we as a like from Europe and NA, like we don't get all of the coverage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
most of the streams are on like Japan or like Korean. Like we don't have like these talk streams talking about the teams, whatever.
Yeah.
Like all the drama that happens. Like we don't see that in WMPG, but like the T2 League, everyone can see that from NA, from Europe. So I think it's pretty cool. It's kind of like Third Eye, to be honest. I mean, we
Yeah.
don't want to like be like that because we created a different format, but I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah. Chat, never try to translate Tasuku's comments on his YouTube stream, bro. Never. Worst idea ever, bro.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, in terms of like, it is kind of like Third Eye in the sense of like, I think Third Eye was the first big successful team tournament, right? Team league.
Yes, I
Like
would say, yeah.
it was like, like Being Wars started before, right? But like it did, like Third Eye did have more success than Being Wars, right? So like following in Third Eye steps is not like a bad thing, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Because
like if we do no entry fee, we just end up with KOH League, like.
Oh yeah, or like the YD League or WMPG or like something like there was a lot of trolling, and I think that's not. And you didn't attract like that much, and like pro players and shit. Like for example, in WMPG, if you take a look at the rosters of like the Japan League, bro, there are at least like 25 AI generated teams. I'm not kidding, bro. They have like fucking AI generated logo, like names of players I've never heard in my life. Like, bro, that's like also not fun. But like in our league, Sure, there were some new teams like I never heard before. I mean, if you take a look at this top 16, like Ivory Tower, never heard of them. Skibidi, whatever, never heard of them.
GBBC
GOE,
is my favorite.
yeah, like GOE, never heard of them. Also Cuddle Puddle, I mean, you know April, you know Huss, but like except these two, like also pretty much only random guys you didn't know about. But like most of the players in our league were known, so I think it was actually a good season one. I think.
Yeah, I remember
think
when
we
I remember when I played in YD League, and like I was playing against one of the YD themselves, because obviously the owner should always play in their own tournaments, obviously, right? That's
Yeah, that's
that-
so fucking hilarious.
yeah,
Guys. I'm
and
gonna-
like I
Yeah,
remember
for
I
sure.
remember I like we did end up like winning, but like we won in like match in like set count, not match count, right? Because it was like
Okay.
3 sets of like 3v3s, right? And we won in set, but we didn't win in rounds, right? In overall rounds. And but in the rules, right, it said that like you like the winners decided by the winning sets, and then like the YD people said like, oh no, it's actually decided by wins in matches. And I'm like, but that's not in the rules. And like I was like, no, there's the rule, bro. Trust me. And then like, okay, bro, I fucking take the rule, I screenshot and I post it. Ha, I got you, bro. I got you. I was joking. Okay,
yeah.
okay, buddy. Bro's on the pack goo, like.
I think it's pretty hilarious. Like if a team, for example, creates their own team league, I think it's pretty hilarious if the team itself plays.
Yeah.
Because like we have all the deck lists, we have all the lineups. I think it would be kind of awkward if we would play in our own league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what we did is we said like, okay, April is gonna make her own team, and she doesn't have like any rights on the server. And like other people from T2, they join like other random teams and they play. But like we as a team, we do not like play in our own league because it's fucking awkward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For example,
KH incident.
I saw
Yeah,
KOH League, they played themselves. FSN League, they're also gonna play themselves. I think that's
I mean,
terrible.
KOH League, no, League play with 2 teams. KOH.
With two, it's even worse. Yeah.
And we still won.
I mean, no. To be fair, in the last one, I had to like intervene in the sense of like I was like, we're gonna do this for decklist, bro. Otherwise, I don't trust you guys that you're not gonna cheat. So like, I had to like kind of like prevent stuff. But yeah, it's funny because like KOH was with 2 teams and both of them surprisingly made top 4. So.
Then people ask me, Mordred, why do you hate KH? Why do you hate KH?
Because bro got
the
banned.
origin.
Bro got banned from KOH League.
That was the origin of why I dislike them.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, watch Saturday's stream on Kidart's channel. You're gonna see the announcement for season 2. I'm gonna post it also on the same day. And we're gonna start the registration as soon as the final have ended on Saturday. But the registration will be open for like 1.5 months because we want to have a little break, you know what I'm saying? Like WCQ is coming up. Also, we want to have a break from Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. But I think like middle of July, I think the T2 Trial Season 2 will be coming back with a nice format. I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to say about this.
That was all for T2, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
we're gonna move into the real meat and potatoes here, boys. Right? We're gonna move into the the actual meta talk, right? So before I go into the actual meta talk, right? There's been like leaks, quote unquote, right? That okay, obviously, like we like there's like the educated guess about Mimighoul and all of those stuff, right? But like none of them are meta relevant, right? But there's been like talk that remember the video? What video? I did talk about the video. I did bring it up the first thing. Don't worry, the clip. But there's been talk that like there's a deck coming out in June, in the June pack,
Oh no.
and
Oh, no.
it's like very unexpected, and it's gonna be meta relevant. Any ideas on that?
Yeah, I think he was talking about Mimighoul.
I think he was talking about Crystron.
Might be Crystron, yeah. Or he's just baiting with 6 Sands or something like that.
Mitsurugi? Some people say in chat
So-
saying Mitsurugi.
So Mitsurugi pure will not be meta relevant. First of all,
Yeah.
You need
because it loses to Duel like
Rising,
crazy.
right?
Yes. So like you can play Mitsurugi like with Octoadix, you can play Mitsurugi pure, but I don't think in a meta where Snake Eyes with Millennium and Fiendsmith is still playable, you will play Mitsurugi pure. I think that's not the goal. I do not think it's Rising pure. I do not think it's Malice. I think it's just Crystron. I think I was the biggest coper on like Ryziel because I played it in TCG for like 6 months already. But I lost all my copium. My copium is gone. So
Malice.
yeah. No.
As deck.
Bro,
Malice will also not come out.
I'm really waiting for Malice to come so that I can hear Mordred complain about Malice. That's all I'm saying.
No.
It will happen.
I said this. When Malice comes out, I will not complain about the game for at least 3 formats.
Yeah, I did see it, and that's why I'm waiting for Malice to come so that you'll start molding.
No, bro, I will play that deck until every card is on the battle list, bro. On God.
Yeah.
That deck is so cool.
So I think it's just Crystron. So I think it's. I mean, it's not a bad deck, right? But it's an okay deck.
Yeah.
It's not the
Yeah.
goo. So what I think is like it's gonna be the Snake Eyes Blue Eyes WCQ qualifier tournament. And I mean I'm fine with Blue Eyes because I think Blue Eyes is a cool deck. I like to play it. But if you ask me about Snake Eyes, bro, I'm fucking done with that shit. But so
10
yeah.
more years of Snake Eye.
Yeah, I cannot watch it anymore, bro. Like I
It-
don't know. I don't know if I'm the only one, but every time my opponent activates a bonfire and he's not playing Rescue Ace, I'm just damn, bro.
Bro said he's not playing Rescue Ace, so every time he activates Bonfire, basically, right?
Yeah, like if he starts Bonfire Poplar into OSS for Hydran, I'm like, okay, bro, that's based. But if he summons Snake Eye Ash, I'm out. I'm done with that shit.
And another thing that we do want to talk about here is the current meta, pre-ban list, right? We're going to talk about post-ban list later, but the current meta, pre-ban list. There's been all kinds of talk, right? Like if we look at the tier list here for the MDM tier list, there's 3 tier 1 decks. Snake Eyes, Pinsmith Control, and Blue Eyes, right? Now,
First of all, Fiendsmith Control is not a tier 1 deck.
I agree.
I agree as
That
well,
is-
right?
it isn't.
Now, there are people
Even
there
Emma
are
said
people who
that it's
disagree. There are people who disagree. I won't call any names out, right? There's people in my Discord, pro players, that have been to like events, like offline events and for Master Duel and all that jazz, right? So like very good players who do agree, who do say that even now, Fiendsmith Control is the best deck. Even now, pre-ban list. Okay, special leaking. But
Yeah, it's a good. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I play this deck too, bro. I think the deck is good, but like, I will not compare it with Snake Eye Fiendsmith. I like Snake Eye Fiendsmith is a different role, bro. Like,
You know when Fiendsmith Control would be the best deck if OSS went to 0 instead of 1.
I would agree. And also the matchup for Fiendsmith Control against Blue Eyes. I mean, you would say like, okay, they have a lot of Bestials, they play Ghost Sorgers, they play Fiendsmith, Recursion, like I don't know, resources. But even I play a lot of Fiendsmith Control, right? Like I played it Meta Weekly, the 1 week where I won. I played it like in rated a lot of times. And I think the deck is really fun. Like it's actually the most fun deck at the moment. I really love this deck. But bro, it's definitely not the best deck. Like not even. It's definitely not better than Snake Eye Fiendsmith. Like this tier list looks cursed as fuck. I'll be honest with you. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
so
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
mean,
will
Blue
I
Eyes
will
Snake Eye is
start.
agree, but
Yeah, I will start with like what I think is the current meta, right? And I believe I'm pretty objective on this, right? I feel
think
like
you
I'm
should pull my tier list, bro. I think you should pull out my tier list.
the reason I'm not gonna pull up your tier list is because it is so funny. Mordred said I'm gonna make like a WCQ, like fucking tier list, bro.
But nothing
And
changes.
then the
Nothing
next
changes.
day the ban list drops. No, but it's funny. It's funny.
Nothing changes.
It's still funny. Yeah. Imagine like OSS just went to 0, just to fuck with Mordred. He's like, oh, you think
Yeah.
Snake is best deck, eh? The Snake is best deck. Okay. I'll like, fucking catch you outside, Konami actually there would have been like actual proof that Konami literally has beef with Mordred. It's not just in game. It's outside the game too.
I'm gonna take a shower by the way now. See you in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Right.
Just remember to send the video. Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So yeah. Thank you to Niciboy for coming by the way. We'll see him later. But yeah, so in my opinion here, the top decks, right? Let me just open up the tier list here. Tier maker, right? Tier maker here. Master Duel. Do we have a Master Duel thingy here? Master Duel, right? Should have like Master Duel. We go by recent.
No,
This is May.
I had to make my own.
Okay, no, this is. Oh god, this
I
is
had to
so.
upload all the
This.
pictures, bro.
Oh my god, what do you mean all archetypes, bro?
This is every deck in the game.
Brother. Please tell me. Please tell me there's one of them, bro.
No,
Master Duel
I told you
March.
to pull up mine, bro.
Okay, yeah, this is pretty much. This is kind of close, right? So, in my opinion, LGB run attacking for the next Meta Weekly before in MD1. No. God is S tier plus. Yes, I believe. So yeah,
Bro,
I will put them like in separate tiers, but that does not mean that they are like a tier apart, right? I'll just put them in separate tiers because I think there's like a very good order, like best deck, second best, third best, fourth best, and fifth best.
Unplayable.
Right? So I just realized there's a like okay, so I think the tier
There is
list
no
looks
blue.
like this, right? So it's I will put Yubel in terms of this will be like Finsmith control, right? Like imagine this is Finsmith control because we don't have it, right? And then we have Mermail, and then imagine this is Memento. I think this is like the order.
Nah, I would switch Finsmith Control and Mermail. For the WCQ format.
Finsmith control and
Because-
Mermail.
Because Finsmith Control does force you into a lot of grind games that are very exhausting for a WCQ, and like after some time you might give up on it, but like when people see Minstrel, they scoop. You know?
It's
I think-
okay,
I
so
think
it's
that's
like
why
you're
Mermail
saying
has
it's like
good-
like an easier deck for like the WCQ format, like it's like fucking simpler, like easier run for to say, right? Because they don't gotta actually play out the game most games,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
But
you
but
can
I
play
think
more games, yeah.
like in terms of actual deck strength, I think Finsmith control is like just overall a bit better.
Eh,
It's
I
very
disagree.
close, but as I said, like this does not mean that they are tiers apart, right? But I think like
I disagree simply because people don't know how to play against Mermail. It doesn't have big representation, and that's why it's such a good pick.
but
I feel like.
I don't think
Like,
them
people do
knowing how
not
to play
know
against
how to-
Mermail matters too much. Just because the deck is
does,
like very,
does,
very strong.
especially- Yeah, but like if you don't know how to play against it and like you just start ashing random things and stuff, like you lose the games you could have won, you know.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I think people.
Okay,
have
so
no
what
clue, like,
okay,
if-
so like Finsmith control does have a higher like sacking component, right?
I
Okay.
think
Okay, I'm down
I
to
genuinely think like
I'm-
you can put them in the same tier. Like you don't have to like necessarily
No,
put them
'cause
apart, but I think that Mermail has slight advantage, you know. Like they're very very close, I would say, but I think that Mermail is like a little bit weaker than Blue Eyes actually with now because I did test. I did 50 hands with new Blue Eyes deck. Let me pull up. I'm just gonna read you the results.
wait, new
Uh,
blue eyes? No,
of,
not post ban. This is not post ban list. This is pre ban list.
Oh, why?
We're
Why
we're
was
gonna talk about the meta post ban list later. We're talking about the current meta right now.
If pre-ban list, then I mean, yeah, this makes sense.
Like
But
I think this is the current like 5 best, right?
But I think that Memento is stronger than Branded.
No, no, it just says memento because like there's no memento here, right? I just put branded like
Branded is Memento.
yeah,
Okay.
or like let me just remove it, right? Let me just remove it and just keep. Let me just remove these two to like avoid confusion, right? And then there's this, right? So fourth best Finsmith control and fifth best memento. Why is branded here? Because there was no picture for fucking Memento, and I just took like something random.
Yeah.
So this will be the tier list, the current tier list, I think, right? So Snake Eyes, I think there was some talk, you know, at the start of the season, you know, like when Blue Eyes dropped and all the jazz, right? And like I never stopped believing that Snake Eyes was the best deck, right? But there was talk, and I think at this point it's kind of undisputed that Snake Eyes is the best deck.
You know why? You know why? Because they released Lacrima. And it's not because Snake Eyes became stronger because of Lacrima, it's because fucking Finsmith Control became a thing and like that discouraged people from playing Blue Eyes that much. You know, because
But
now
I
if you want
think
slower
even without Finsmith control, I still think that Snake Eyes is the best deck.
debatable.
Because it's just a stronger engine, right? It just feels so much nicer, right? Blue Eyes is more consistent, but like so like you will get those like broken hands more consistently, right? But Snake Eyes is just a stronger engine, right?
Yeah, but like most of the time that doesn't matter because like you usually are not pushing through any board, like no matter how strong your engine is, because there is a Palooza on almost every field today.
Not on Blue
Nowadays,
Eyes
and
field.
even if there is not, there is two Spirit Dragons that cook your Flame Burge and all your graveyard effects, which also tag out into like Omni Negate and Monster Negate, which might be even stronger than a Palooza, you know. So I'd give Blue Eyes advantage simply because of the amount of non-engine it can run. Drill Beam is very annoying, basically creating Yata lock on you, like by resetting itself every turn and like just banishing all your cards overall. And also like I think because the rise of Mermail, like Blue Eyes board can be pushed with Mermail engine sometimes, but Snake Eyes board can't, and
Yeah.
I guess it's just a
And
Palooza diff.
and yeah, that was kind of like the main one of the main weaknesses for the Mermail, I think, right? Like okay, so like people are jumping on the big fish now, the Constellant, right? Because it plays better for draw, right? Because otherwise the deck does not do well through draw.
It also depends on the hand. Like I got rolled and finished on Dweller and like Dark Ruler monster, you know.
Okay, but do you know what
So
Snake Eyes plays ends on through draw? You know, do you know what Blue Eyes ends on through draw? Like that's just what I mean, right? Like Dweller and that is like nice and all, but like Diabell beats
no,
them.
it's different for sure. Yeah, but
Like
you know, Snake Eyes plays the best to draw. Sometimes you can draw Blue Eyes and
yeah,
get
but like
asses.
okay, but like
Yeah.
thing is like Finsmith Control plays very good through draw. Memento plays very good through draw. You know, like outside out of the top decks, Mermail plays the worst into draw.
Yeah, but now there is no reason to play draw in main deck if you're not on Snake Eyes, right? Because like
Depends.
there are only
I think because of like how
one
much
deck.
how like decent your plays are into draw. I feel like playing draw for the maxi count is not bad.
I mean, in Snake Eyes, yes. In Blue Eyes, you wouldn't do that anyways.
In Blue Eyes, you
You
just
know.
don't care, right? That you just don't care enough.
In free speed control, you would
But
usually you want all of your hand traps to be live at any point. So I doubt you play draw. Like I doubt you should play draw because it's live against only one matchup now that you talked about
yeah,
all
I
of
think
that. So.
Memento can also just kind of pass on like what is it like the Requiem pass is not too terrible. It's still like a you know some sort of push, but and also it does play the worst into maxi Mermail as well, right? It just has zero plan B. I don't think that the deck has any plan B.
Into Maxi, yeah,
It's like
yeah,
either you have the auto maxi or like you try to do some like draw yourself after a couple draws line, but like it's the worst into maxi,
yeah. It's not good into Maxi at all.
right?
That I agree with. Yep.
So yeah, that's like the main two issues. And the other issue is that yes, you know, it's a strong edge that can go second, right? But it's not strong enough, right? And the thing is that like Appaloosa is pretty strong against this deck, right? But Appaloosa is
Yeah.
pretty strong against every deck, right? But like the idea is like, for example, you activate like Poseidra, right? Because Poseidra is a very this list isn't real. No, what this? No, don't take this. I'm just saying the five best here. Like, why are you saying voiceless voice and must make? Like, why would them? It's not. Don't look at this, right? I'm just ranking the 5 best decks in the meta. That's it. Nothing else. Right? I'm not saying these are like contenders. You know. Only 5 spots a day. Next time there will be 30 tiers. So yeah, and like yes, Poseidon is one of your like strongest going second uh, uh monsters, right? But Poseidon like on summon effect can be negated by just Apollo, which is so annoying, right? Like there's like, and the thing is that you it does play the least amount of non-engine out like from the from everything besides Memento, right? It does play the least amount of
Yep.
non-engine. So like going second
I
is
mean, you can still like you can play I think 12 or 13 in 40. Snake Eyes can play like 15, 16 in like 43, you know? So like it's not that much of a difference, but like yeah, you're gonna see your cantrips
is it
like
is it
often.
13? I think it's less for Mermail, but I guess it depends on
I
the
I, I,
build.
I I think I played 12.
I think it does depend on the build, yeah, because like
I,
depends on
I
like
think I played
whether
12
you're
and
on the
it
trap or like things, because like the trap is like terrible going second, for example. It's like it's not non-engine,
I'm
but
not none of I think those are all cope. Warrior statue and trap both cope. Maybe the big fish, maybe, but everything else is fucking cope.
Mermail is rounded, yeah, fair. But yeah, so like thing is like it's just like going second in theory, yes, it's good, but it's like usually not good enough, right? And
Yeah,
especially
I
for
mean it
example,
depends. Like
yeah,
if you have a cantrip or something to weaken the board, maybe like you can push through half words pretty easily. You know,
yeah, through half
I,
boards,
I think
yes,
you
through half boards,
I
yes.
think you can beat what Finsmith control can set up going first, because like they will have shit ton of bestials which just do nothing
Yeah, the thing
against
is like
you. You
this
know.
deck does farm Fins with control simply because like a lot of their hand traps do just straight up nothing, and like they don't have like, for example, this board will lose to like High Caesar, but High Caesar with like an IP. So like an
Yeah.
IP into SP and High Caesar, like this deck loses, right? Because
Yeah,
like
if you
you
have
just
no way
like
to deal
negate them
like
pop Poseidra, they normal summon Prince, banish the Prince, and that's like half of the push is gone.
yeah, I mean, but if you have access to heavy infantry early, you know, you can just pop it. So you can pop the Caesar before even summoning. So yeah.
Yeah, that's if you have it, but you have to outdraw it, right? It's just like it's most of the time you do need like two kind of like uh, uh ways to beat this, right? You
Yeah.
two kinds of disruptions, right? So it's like you need the negates, but you also like you really want like a disruption removal, right? Simply because like Prince is just a very very good card, right? Like
Yep.
the best normal summon in the game, I think.
Uh, I mean, it's good. I don't think it's better than normal summon Snash,
Oh, it's definitely
but
better than
yeah.
normal summon Snash. It's like
No.
it's normal summon
In
Snash.
terms, I mean, if you interrupt the prince, they do get the surge, but like then you know it's sometimes tough to extend it. Like if you interrupt the prince in any way, like it gets harder to set up Moon Glacier and
Yeah,
do
but
all of
if
that.
you
So
interrupt the Snake Eyes Ash, you pass.
yeah, I agree. But
So
like
it's like
I
in
think
terms of
in
like
terms
just
of
a raw normal summon, it's the best normal summon in the game. I think it's the only normal summon in the game that plays for one hand trap.
I guess I mean it's questionable if it plays because like you send like dragoons or something, but you still need like you know second push if you cannot add a Bishrine, you know.
Yeah.
Because dragoons can't add Bishrine. So
So yeah, I think this is the current state of the game, right? And yeah, as I said, like Snake Eyes, I think is like best deck undisputed right now. Blue Eyes, not too far off, but it's second place. But I don't think it's too far off, right? Then there's Mermail and Finsmith Control. These are like debatable on which order. And then there's Memento, simply because like the deck is like kind of relied on the like very rare non-engine, right? Like going second with just engine, it's kind of tough in most boards, simply because like Apollo is a fucking bitch card, right? I don't know why that card still exists. That needs to go. I'm so sick of it. I think I think I hate Apollo more than I hate Maxi right now. I'm so sick
nah,
of it.
Apollo is very cringe, bro.
Like
And
it needs
it's
to go
gonna be
there.
even cringer if Malice gets released,
Like
because
there's
Malice
no
plays the deck
reason
like
why a single card has 4 negates on it, right?
Yeah.
There's no
yeah.
reason why you
And,
should have that.
like I think like it just makes deck that are not usually good into Nib just play better into Nib. You can just make a Polosa and then
Yes,
combo.
yes,
you know?
yes, yes, yes.
You'll
Eh,
see when Malice comes out. You can usually beat bad Malice players by nibiruing them in weird spots, but like it doesn't matter if like they can just make the link 3 which searches field spell, summon another body and make a Polosa immediately, then keep playing like nothing happened. It's just
yeah.
stupid. It's incredibly stupid, but yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Hello.
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 We're on usual Apollosa hate train.
Yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
yes, fuck that card.
Yeah.
So, yo, what's good, Murasaki? But yeah. So I think, Nicky Boy, do you agree with this tier list for current before like pre-ban list? Do you agree with this tier list?
Snake Eyes, Blue Eyes, Mermaids.
Fiends with control and
Yeah,
memento.
yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
So
He's lying, there is no rescues. He doesn't
I mean, to
agree.
be fair, I watched Mordred for like 2 hours playing Mermaid, and most of the time he fumbled his combo, I'm gonna be honest. So it's always dependent on how good the Mermaid player is, right?
True.
I mean, yeah, but like that's just
Oh.
like
it's
it's like we don't like count like a player being better than the deck. Like we don't count Mordred on Mermaid.
And
We don't
also,
count
and,
we don't count Nightfall on Memento. Like we don't count like things like that.
and also, there were theories that people are saying like, "Yo, once Minstrel resolves, most of the people are gonna quit the game." I agree. Like, you have no hand traps, you can go out, right? But I saw so many games, especially when I played rated, where I had like double Nihiro in hand or something, or like I don't know, double Maxi, or like Fuba Maxi, or whatever, like 2 combinations of hand traps, and they went like or draw, and they went like Minstrel, saw 2 Nibirus, and they just scooped. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. They're expecting me to like, yo, bro. If you see Minstrel, you're gonna scoop. But nah, bro. I'm saying.
The deck can play around, like through Nibiru, not even around Nibiru. You can just play through it.
No,
Yeah, but
no,
it's
no, you
depending on the
can't.
hand, right?
No,
Yeah.
no, you can't. You don't
You
really have an
you
answer.
can you can. It's not that like
Yeah,
you
but
just
like,
need
You
the end
don't you
board
can't end on a negate on Nibiru. That's the problem.
like, is the end board that strong? To be fair, I mean the hand trap is toxic. I know. But like
No, the end
end
board is
board
not that
piece.
strong. Hand rip aside, right? Like hand rip aside, the end board is not that strong.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Assuming
Like, I think-
you don't auto lose to like Dweller, right? If you auto lose to Dweller, then actually it's like tough luck,
I mean,
yeah.
obvious. It's funny because
But
this
like
deck is
for
gonna also
example,
lose Burnout
I
Earth.
think Memento like can push through like a Mermaid board hand rip aside.
Yeah, but I think I would, for example, if I'm gonna play WCQ and I'm a Snake Eye player, like why should I play Memento or Mermaid? Like I see no upsides. Why should
No,
I play these two?
that's why it's best deck. That's why it's best deck.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you can play Blue Eyes, but I was talking to like I told Earl, like I did like just pure hand comparison like between post Banlist Blue Eyes and post Banlist Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes bricked 0 times. Like I opened unplayable 0 times in 50 hands. Blue Eyes opened unplayable like
Yeah, okay,
I don't
but
know,
how
8
often?
times.
But how often will you lose when you get Fubalos or Maxid, and how often will Blue Eyes lose when they get Maxid and Fubalos?
Yeah, that's different thing, you know.
Yeah,
But
but
at
that
the
has to
same
be
time,
taken in that has to be taken in consideration when you talk about WCQ. Because last time, bro, when I was playing DC Cup, bro, I was chilling with Tempai, right? Like everyone in my Discord got Maxi tilted. Oh my god, I hate this game. Fucking Maxi again for the 800th time, bro. I was chilling. And if I play Blue Eyes, bro, like if I get Maxi, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like I'm gonna end on 4 disruptions. It's fine. I'm
yeah,
definitely gonna play Blue Eyes.
fine.
I think it's a safe deck, bro. I think Blue Eyes is such a safe choice for WCQ. And yeah, maybe I'm gonna play Tempai. Let's see. I mean, not the whole 3 days, but I think Tempai. Let me phrase it like that. I think Tempai can be a good pick, if you are aware what decks are getting played at what ranking. If you know what I'm saying. Like for example, when you get at day 3, for example, you're gonna join the higher ranks. I think there will be a lot of Snake Eyes. And I mean, Tempai is known for having a good Snake Eyes matchup. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also known for having miserable Blue Eyes matchup, you know.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if you know that the high ranks are only playing Snake Eyes, I mean, last DC Cup, guys, I can tell you that. Once I reached 70,000 points or like 68,000 points, you only play against like 2 or 3 or like 4 people, like the same people, you know what I'm saying?
Mermel cooks
And
Tempai sadly. I do not agree. Yes,
I mean,
if you don't if Tempai player does not open Max C for Wallows or Purulia, because yes, Purulia is also annoying for Mermel. You know, you do something like how many times from hand? Like someone 1, 2, the hand
Depends.
drip.
Two times at least.
Tempai
Yeah.
isn't it? Zephyroth, you're mistaking me. Tempai is not a good pick for this DC Cup, but like the amount of pushes didn't change in Tempai. Like last DC Cup, Tempai had the same amount of pushes at like this DC Cup. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I want to say is like Tempai only fell off because the Blue Eyes matchup is unwinnable. I mean, I know what I'm talking about. Trust me. So what I'm saying is like Tempai could only be a thing in day 3 when you are aware of the meta, when you have like an I don't know, like a certain knowledge that like people are mostly playing this or that, you know what I'm saying? Like I think Tempai could be good then. But like for example, I would never go Tempai day 1. Bro, everyone will play Blue Eyes. You're getting fucking slaughtered.
Yeah.
That's my point. So you cannot play Tempai in WSCQ. But like in the last day, it could be a sleeper pick. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, fair.
That's
Fair.
my reason. Because like last DC Cup, you had always like the problem of like, okay, in Tempai you don't have to win coin, right? But last DC Cup was a bit different, and the DC Cup before, because Tempai mirror matches were a lot of like stupid games. You know what I'm saying? Like if you lose coin and then you have to start, I mean it's terrible. But like I'm gonna be honest, this DC Cup no one will play Tempai, so the amount of mirror matches are not really that high.
And you also won't
So
have
yeah,
to worry about like the counter picks that people were doing like last DC, right? Like last DC, like there were people on the fucking the photon, the Kuri photon, you know, like
Oh my god.
Joe
yeah, but it's a good
Nightfall with a
point.
raid. Tralalero tralala. Yo, can I get a shout out for Nightfall?
Damn, bro, 3 Balkans and 1 German. That's funny.
Somebody said three Balkans, one German. Yo, Nightfall, thanks so much for the raid. But yeah. So wait, Nightfall, since you're here, wait, where do you go? Do you agree with this rating for pre-ban list? With this ranking of the 5 best decks in the meta. Pre-ban
You'll say
list.
no because there is no memento.
There is Memento, it's 5th.
Yeah, but because memento not best deck.
Ah, fair.
You know.
Why the Among Us gay sex? What, huh?
Yo.
Brandon should be on top. There actually is a thing. I might actually invite if you put Brandon for spot. Nightfall, do you want to join the VC? Because I do have a topic that I think you'd be perfect for. Who doesn't cop on Memento? Okay, bro. We're not inviting you, bro. Come on. From MD, fair. Okay, so I mean we can get Nightfall's opinion from chat. However, now we move on into the ban list talk, right? So for the people who don't know about the ban list, I don't know if you haven't heard, living under the rock, I don't know what's up, but like if you haven't heard, there is a ban list, right? And the ban list is actually decently sized, you know? And I think the main
Does
one,
nothing.
you know, I feel like it's not that it does nothing, right? It's like thing is like people will just like stop to play like you know like the 2 OSS like 3 OSS whatever you know like people were like going for you
We
know
already found new Snake Eyes Goo. I'm not gonna reveal it, but we already found new
it,
Snake Eyes
it
Goo.
it's not even new. It's the same shit, honestly. I don't even think it's new. Like, I think it's been discovered ever since like Lacrima came out, right? But yeah, this does not too much. These are the Snake Eyes hit, right? This doesn't do too much. I don't think like OSS to 2 or 3 was like that crazy either. Like, I don't think it was kind of whatever, you know. And then the bonfire is like you lost one push. It's kind of annoying, right? It's like the consistency kind of like but you can still just play Millennium for full combo, right? And then it's like, okay, so what is the Millennium full combo? the thing about the Millennium full combo is that even without going through the Banshee, right, which has been discovered for like a couple months now. A way to for Tasku, what? It's the same thing, yeah. So the thing is, even if you don't count the Banshee lines, right? The funny thing here is that line is so S. No. Here's the thing. The funny thing here is that let me just grab like a Snake Eyes list here, right? Even just Zombie Vampire alone is insane consistency, right? And then it's like, okay, Earl, how is it insane consistency? So, Zombie Vampire will go full combo if you hit any of the following, right? Any of the 3 diabells, Snake Eyes Ash, Oak, Poplar, and Fualos. Or OSS. What is it? Or OSS. So it's like 3,
Or second Lacrima.
4, 5, 6. What is it? 7, 8, 9, 10. There is 10 cards you can hit off of a mill 5. This will get you full combo. And then it's like, okay, so but then what if you don't mill any of this? Everyone is on Fualos. If you mill an opponent's Fualos, you still got the combo. Or if you mill any level 4.
Now, yeah, the best thing about this now is that you don't need to dedicate 3 extra deck spots, but just 1. You don't have to play Chorizo, and you are not playing Chorizo, and you don't have to play Baron for Chorizo anymore.
I mean, the thing is that like you can still play the Chorizo if you really, really want it. But honestly, it's like if this whiffs, you
shouldn't. Because the only reason why Banshee was so fucking ass is because it ate 3 extra deck spots before Lacrima.
Yeah. And the thing
But
is
now
that
it's
like
only 1 extra deck spot.
the thing is that even if the Zombie Vampire Whiffsell gets negated, Finsmith line is not bad. Like if your backup plan is Finsmith line, that's fine. Zombie Vampire ban next ban instead of Apo, I might quit Master Duel, not gonna lie.
I don't think they will ever ban Apollo, actually. But imagine if they ban Zombie Vampire for this DC. That will go crazy.
It will be miserable, bro. It will be miserable. So that sounds cope as fuck. No, it's not cope. It's actually very, very strong. And it's like so like if Zombie Vampire like activates, you kind of have to negate, right? Because the odds of this guy hitting something are very high. And that's like if he hits the Snake Eyes Ash becomes 2 pushes. Right? Because it's the first effect and the second effect.
I mean, Banshee is not amazing. Yeah, like it's not amazing, but like it's all right if you don't have to play all.
You lose to 1 hand trap. I mean, okay, so name one starter that doesn't lose to 1 hand trap though. Like that's the point of 1 starter versus 1 hand trap. But the thing is, you lose to 1 hand trap, but the lose in question is you go closed moon into Lacrima send the engraver, right? The engraver, you go into sequence, add back, like go into Lacrima, add back engraver, go into that, like you get the Luri, and there is a link for Apollo. There is a 3 mat Apollo. Like, I don't know if you lost to the 1 hand trap,
Yo,
Yeah?
Your Neptibus doesn't lose to 1 hand trap.
Bro, we're talking Snake Eyes.
Ah, yeah, okay, Snake Eyes. Okay, yeah, that's true.
Bro, stick to driving, bro. Stick to driving. But, so... Nightfall is not in the VC, bro. Also, wait, you should be able to, like, hear them. Maybe I just need to raise the volume a bit. So, yeah.
Yo, did someone call me Nightfall, bro? That's fucking hilarious. I'm gonna drive into a tree, bro. What the fuck?
Okay. Don't do that. We still need you to announce the second season of T2 first. So yeah.
Okay.
Is that Nikki? That is Nikki. Yes. Okay. But yeah. So the idea is that like, if you started with Millennium, and you interrupted the Zombie Vampire, yes, you did. Like you did stop the Snake Eyes plays, but there is a 4-man Apple, you know? Or there is a Caesar, or there is, I don't know, right? You have not even used your normal summon. You can still do like Caesar plus like fucking, what is it, plus SP, you know? No, there is...
Snake Eyes, it's still very strong, but like without a doubt, like we can talk about cold lines, consistent hits and stuff, but the thing is, as long as Snake Eyes does what it does, it's gonna be the best deck. Like they can put, I don't know what else they can limit in this deck. If they put Witch to 1, the deck would still be like high tier 2. Like in addition to these hits, if they
No,
hit
no,
Witch
no.
to 1, it would still be
I
high
think
tier 2,
I
bro.
think you
Like,
hit
I
Witch
don't
to
know.
1, it would lose a lot of pushes. Like it'd be like so many pushes.
Yeah, but it would not.
Because
Like
then
I still don't think that
the
it would
deck
be
would
out for that, you know?
actually like lose to one hand trap almost every time. You know, like the odds of you adding 2 starters is miserable. You know.
I don't know. I don't know with Doom Dragon, like even playing multiple field spells is another starter. Like it is just the deck is so like you have to this type of deck you have to ban to kill it. Like you can like I don't know unless they start hitting sub engines, limiting Seng engine and shit. Like the deck is still gonna be.
No, but
So
I
can we
think
just
they can like start unlimiting Snake as a bit simply because Ryzel is coming. I don't think they have to limit anymore.
Nah, bro.
No.
No. Just kill that fucking deck, bro. No one gives a shit about Snake Eyes. Kill fucking OSS, kill Poplar. I don't care about Rescuers. Bro, I would even sacrifice Rescue Ace, my favorite deck, to kill this bitch ass deck. I cannot see one guy talking about this deck anymore. I cannot see it, bro. Kill this fucking deck. Kill me, bro. Fucking Appaloosa, fucking Baron Target IP, bro. I cannot see this anymore. Fucking yeah, but like if you play one OSS, you only have a 80% chance of resolving full snake on cover. I don't give a fuck. Ban OSS, bro. I'm gonna kill myself. I cannot see this deck anymore. I'm crashing out, bro. I'm crashing fucking out, bro.
In-game,
This deck is
in-game.
so terribly designed deck, bro. I cannot grasp it, bro. Kill that fucking deck, bro. I cannot see it anymore. Can we talk about something else? Fuck this deck. Yeah, it's the best deck. Tralalero, tralala. Other deck, please. I cannot see this anymore. Kill me.
Bro is road raging and he not because of the traffic.
Yes, bro, I'm road raging, bro. I cannot see this deck anymore. Fucking yeah, bro. Like OSS Zombie Vampire, we are aware, bro. We know that.
Yeah.
Fucking kill me.
Now
bro.
moving on to the other
Let's
hits,
talk
right?
about
Yeah, we're gonna be
Team
moving on to the
Control.
other hits. Don't worry.
Blue Eyes, W.
Yeah,
let's go.
so Blue Eyes hits, you know, minor consistency hits. Does this mean too much for Blue Eyes? The thing is that like Maiden 2/2 is I think the bigger hit than the Sage, right? Simply because like
Yeah.
now
Yep, it's
That's
extended.
annoying.
yeah, it's Maiden is such a strong extender, right? It is so goddamn strong. What do I mean by that is that like thing is that like Maiden doesn't even lose to like a specific hand trap. That's the thing, right? You can't really hand trap the Maiden. You can hand trap the trap, but then like the Maiden is still great for the Reborn, right? And the thing is that like now it will make like Ashing Sage, for example, you know, it will make it like pretty like strong, right? Simply because like
Nah,
now,
you will never
Nah,
yeah, but
nah,
I
nah,
don't
you
think
need
so.
nah, but the thing is like or like Imperming, right? Or like Imperming, right? But the thing is like now if you choose to imperm the Sage, they will actually not have these standards as often, right?
Yeah, it reduces
mean-
the amount of chance, obviously. But
Can't you
like
Bell
the
Maiden?
cards,
No.
for example, like nah, bro, but like Ash Blossom or Dominus Purge, for example, you always keep it for wishes, or if your hand does lose to one drill beam, you have to hit the fucking no deload, obviously.
Okay, so
But yeah,
it
these
does
are
depend. It does depend. It does depend on like what
Always,
you what you try to like what your problem is, right? Because for example, if your hand loses to like just the ultimate dragon, you have to imperm Sage and cope.
You always
Yeah,
imperm Sage anyways.
but that's one point I want to say. Like a general tip, bro. Like there's no like always hit this or that. For example, bro, like it's fine. Like if my hand is strong, I can even push for one Spirit Dragon. You know what I'm saying? But like you always
Yeah.
have to evaluate what your other hand traps are. What are you going to hit?
Yeah,
for
of course, yeah. But like
improvise-
that's what I'm saying. So like, no, even like the Ash or the imperm knowledge, right? Thing is like now hand traps will feel a bit more relevant against Blue Eyes, right? Just because like before they did have so much, right? Like even the fact that like if you imperm Sage, they go to link 1, they get the extra the draw, they normal summon a second Sage, You know, that's still like miserable, right? That's still full combo. That sucks, right?
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah,
likes it.
but for example, like if you draw, for example, Imperm or Valor, you will never hit the fucking Sage. Like if you have Imperm and Ghost Ogre, for example, you never hit the Sage. You fucking Imperm the Link one. They go Sage, a Maiden as an extender. You Ghost Ogre this, and you will be probably safe on that turn.
Yeah,
So
that's the
I
thing.
think the hit
But
is
like,
okay.
but the thing is that like
The hit is
what I'm
okay.
trying to get at here, right, is that like hand traps will feel more relevant in general against Blue Eyes, right? It's not like a terrible hit. It's sort of like, oh, Blue Eyes dead, it's gone, right? But they will feel like less frustrating to play against when you're like playing the hand trap game.
Oh yes, that's true. Yeah. But for example, the selling point of Blue Eyes is like the resilience to Maxi and Fubalos. That's the biggest selling point of that deck. And I think because of that reason, it will be the second best deck in the regionals. Because like you don't give a fuck if you get Maxi and Fubalos. You have a lot of like you have a lot of like different pushes you can do under these cards.
Yeah.
So I think this deck is still pretty good.
What do you think about playing Neo Kaiser? I think you gotta go back to Fortnite.
You can play one. You can play one.
No,
For the
but
first PG ever.
also there's actually a funny clip of Decade saying Gera should have used his second Xbox, and that's probably my favorite like clip right now.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, that's that. Like, and somebody has like this like a like soundboard on Discord, my Discord, I think, and it's so it is so funny. It is so funny. Gera should have used his second Xbox.
Yeah, we have that on the T2 server. Yeah.
Glazing Decade. How am I glazing, bro? I'm just slandering Gera. But yeah. And now the other interesting part, right? Branded Fusion to 2 and a Deer Server to 3. I think these are pretty big. I think these are pretty
Fuck
big.
branded. Fuck branded. Kill branded with fire.
Why, bro? Why are we hating on Branded, bro?
Because it got 9 wave of support in the past 3 years. Every banlist there is like they're unlimiting the deck that is still not fucking power crapped, and fucking branded fusion is fucking insane, bro. I hate branded.
Okay, but
cringe.
but
It's
like
annoying.
but like it's such an
10,000
interesting deck.
layered disruptions.
It's such an interesting
Yeah,
deck,
but
though.
you're playing against it, bro. Yeah, oh, you use the branded fusion? Yes, high spirits will get me plus 16, bro. Like, it's cringe. It is very... I hate the deck. I hate the
Okay,
deck so much.
but
I hate the deck
that's
so much.
pushes though. That's the fun part. Like what?
What
Yeah,
pushes?
Yeah,
Like,
fuck Abo, bro. Like,
It has
yeah, who cares?
10,000 layered disruptions that you can rarely interact with. You know, your opponent goes Albas, oh, I don't have Ghost Ogre or Cold Bite. GG's, I guess. He'll make Mirror Jade, which will now fucking banish a card and place another monster in the graveyard that will get me like 15,000 pluses in the end phase of my opponent. That even if he clears my board, I'm still gonna win the game because, you know, Cartesia come back, Albion, Titanic Lad, High Spirits coming back.
Okay, and how much does like Snake Eyes push from getting Flambers to the graveyard? How much does that
Yeah,
plus?
fuck Snake Eyes, bro. Kill
Okay,
Snake Eyes,
and what
bro.
about Blue Eyes though? How much does Blue Eyes plus every turn of the fucking trap?
Okay, bro, but like
Not as much as branded.
Cap.
Not nearly as much as like branded by resolving one Mirror Jade. Like goes so plus every fucking time. It's
Yes,
insane.
it's the best card in the deck.
Is cringe card. Branded Lost is fucking cringe.
Yeah, but like the deck does not have any like proper negates. It does not have any like it doesn't like hand trap sack you. It doesn't hit you with like fucking 4 hand traps in normal time of fucking Aluber. It never fucking happens, right?
Doesn't some optimal branded combos almost always start on your turn by summoning Lad instead by Phase and then searching Mercurier? Or something.
Depends
with...
on whether you're on Lad, but like even then, it's still not a fucking branded card, right? It's like it's a polo. It's kind of like a polo hate, but it's even worse, right? The thing is that it's not even.
Yeah, but like, it does have negates. It does have negate. Like it summons the few. It's the only deck that summons that.
But like even then, you know what's fun about that, bro? Like normal summon. I mean, use fucking Diabell, fucking beats it, bro. Because like it's forced to fucking negate Diabell, right? And then you fucking just beat over it with Diabell. It's not as crazy, bro.
How do you beat over it when it's in defense, right? Doesn't it have
it's 34. It loses 1,000, goes to 24, and Diabell is 25.
But only attack, right?
What?
It loses only attack.
No, attack and defense. It loses both.
I'm not sure. Wait.
They do not have negates. They literally have a card that says opponent cannot. Opponent cannot play when you're playing. Not that your opponent cannot play. It's not Apollo negate 4 cards whenever you fucking want. It's not the same, you know? Like how are we comparing Lost and Omni negates? A Lost literally just says like, okay, so I'm going second. I activate Lost. You better have a negate for this, right? Or you better have a removal for this, right? Because I do not play hand traps, so I need these strong, powerful going second cards, right? So Merc and Retribution are negates, bro. Merc is like 1 in 3 games, bro. And like Retribution, when was the last time you got hit by Retribution on field effect? Like what?
The only thing that keeps Branded from from being like maybe in the top 3 decks is that like there is not enough people that know how to play the deck. Branded in hands of good branded player is like is very scary. It's fucking monstrous. Like it can break boards. You know, it can like it goes first like crazy. Sometimes it loses to Imperm, but when it the problem is when it doesn't lose to Imperm, like it does everything. It's unbeatable. It's completely unbeatable.
You know what? You know what's like crazy about this? It's like it's the same argument for when Tasuku was winning like DCs back to back to back to back with Punk. Therefore, Punk's broke. You know, Punk was like not even fucking like
no, but
the best deck.
Tasuku plays everything well, but there is few players that are like
no. The idea was the idea is like, yeah, Tasuku is a very very good player, right? The point is saying that like, oh, branded is like only limited because like there's like very very few players that actually know how to properly play the deck that well. It's like that's a player difference. That's not a deck difference.
It is a deck difference.
No, because okay, like, then you can say that if every player could play like Tasuku, then Punk is like a very top tier deck, which is not true.
The difference is if you put me and a Diamond 5 peak player on Blue Eyes, there is not gonna be that much of a difference.
Well, yeah, because the deck doesn't really require any real skill, right? But
yes,
that's
yes,
no. But the
yes,
thing, no, but
branded is a high skill, high reward deck, and that's scary as fuck because when it's played properly, there is nothing you can do about about it.
Yeah, but that's not the fault of the deck. That's just like the deck allows the player to like really like play well. The deck allows the player to have options, right?
Strong and unfun to play against. It is unfun because like maybe it's you know it doesn't matter that there is no hard negates in the deck. When like you look at the board and like you know there is no room for outplay. You know if I summon from the extra deck now, Albaz is going to hit the field. I'm going to get Mirror Jaded, which is another banish after you fuse with my board. It's cringe. Fusing with my board is cringe. It is so cringe.
Yeah, but hear me out. So the thing is that okay, you do all that, but the thing is, but at least it gives you the option of playing in the sense of like you will summon, they will try to remove it, you'll maybe try to dodge, you'll try to call by, you'll try to do all that. What is your option against the Snake Eyes board? You summon negate. You summon negate.
I will surrender the same. If my opponent double summons a Luber in 60 cards, such as Branded Fusion, and like starts doing stuff, activates High Spirits, I'm out. I'm not gonna play my team.
Did I say it? But can we please kill Snake Eyes, bro? I cannot talk about
the
deck anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Stop bringing that deck up, bro. I cannot do this anymore.
The illusion of playing, yeah, but the illusion of playing, like, yes, if they were gonna win, but you got to play the game. It's not a real illusion, you know? It's the illusion of the option of winning, but it's, you know, you got to play the game.
Snake Eyes going second, bro. I'm gonna drop my Fuvalos, my Maxi, and I'm gonna pray to the Lord Jesus Christ that it resolves, and when it does not, I'm out, bro. I'm fucking out.
Is Niciboy yapping from some bunker? He's in the car. He's in this car.
Nice ball, relax.
But
it's called call. Do you have that in Bulgaria, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm so tilted. Fucking Snake Eyes, bro. Yeah, Branded is also terrible, but the thing is, Branded is actually cool design, but the deck is boring. The deck exists for like 2.5 years. Can we please get new decks? So boring. Bro, every time when I join voice chat with Abu Hamoud, he's like, Niciboy. Check out my new Branded line, bro. I have like 500 ways on playing around Ash. That's so crazy, bro. And then he's fucking jerking off to himself on the DK chat. I cannot do this with Abu anymore, guys. Can we ban Branded?
Okay, but real talk, Nightfall, since you're here, I need your opinion on something. Post ban list, Branded versus Memento. Who do you think is better? Because I actually am a bit on the fence about this.
Sorry, I have to answer one thing. Sherriford Road, how much did Mordred pay him to rant about Branded? Actually, nothing. I have nothing against Branded, by the way, but I
I do.
cannot stand Abo anymore, bro. If I go to Worlds, I have to take Abo. Imagine this, guys. I have to. Sorry, Earl. If I go to Worlds, I have to take Abo, guys, to a fucking hotel room. And this guy will never shut up talking about Branded. It's annoying. Bro, holy macaroni. I'm telling him something about my life, bro, my cool life, bro, whatever I'm doing in my real life. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Branded Fusion to 2. Oh my god, now we can make like virtual lines in this virtual. We have this and that. Jesus fucking Christ. Can someone stop this guy? I cannot do it anymore. Oh my Jesus Lord. Yeah, continue. I'm done.
Okay,
Continue.
okay. I'm just gonna tell Niciboy, bro, that you don't need to bump Branded Fusion to like stop Abu Hamud, bro. Just the block button is right there. Okay. So murdered by princess. What, huh? So so murdered redeem me the murdered get the princess redeem me to talk. But yeah. So
Boy, you need a therapist? No, Sephiroth. I need Abu
Oh.
to get in jail, bro. He needs to
Yo.
get jail.
Chat, should I request 1 hour coaching from Earl because I have 50k points? I can I can do 2 hours.
bro gonna flex his bro gonna go band for band. But but yeah, someone said that even pre-Banlist branded is stronger. I don't necessarily agree. I think Memento has like has higher hand quality right now
Between what?
between branded and Memento right now. I do think Memento is stronger. Not by a lot, but I do think Memento is stronger.
I like people keep telling me about this crazy extenders in Memento, but every time I interacted with my opponent's normal summon, they pass turn. Like I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, it's like
I don't know what. Like I am looking at my hand. It has like 4 Murmel cards and 1 Ash Blossom. I use my Ash Blossom on language and they scoop or
hey,
pass.
hey bro,
and they win.
maybe GB Mordred does have some luck to it. Like, you know, maybe that's it.
Like,
But the thing about
I have never seen Memento combo through my hand drives.
the
Never.
thing
Never
is that
happened. Whenever I don't have hand drives.
Memento does have like something where it's like Memento with like will open like 4 normal summons and scoop to like everything, right? But if Memento opens like a spell, it will play it through like 3 hand traps. You know, it's like it immediately becomes so like it has gained so many pushes the moment is that it has access to the spells. I've seen it die smashers multiple times.
If it does, but like we talked already about this. At that point, like it needs a normal summon, it needs a spell, and it needs a maxi out. Like, you know, in order to beat everything, which is like 3 out of 5 cards in your hand. That are very specific, you know. Except normal summons. Those you play 20.
Yeah. But I don't know. The thing is, like, even branded, it's like branded hand quality right now. In theory, yes, but like branded hand quality is kind of like.
But I think that Branded generally plays better into boards and has maxi. I mean,
it does play better into board.
know,
The thing about that, the thing about that is, for example, like
plan, you know?
normal summon Albert is a much stronger player, right? You go second, need to see a combination of those 3 cards every time. Yeah, but like branded going second, like what is your place going second? Anyway, like you still, if you don't see your like good cards, your fucking, I don't know, your
Bro.
super poly, your
Bro.
droplet, your, you know, like yes, you need to see a combination of those 3 cards in Memento. But like in branded, you have normal sound, you have fucking Aluber, you have 3 Cartesia. That if you don't have an access to like get an Albaz in the gravy, you can't even fucking special summon. But even then, it can get negated. You know, it's like it's not as good as you think. You know, like
Is this tier list about WCQ, by the way?
this is the general tier list. I don't.
I mean, to be fair, to be fair, I think the decks are like cool. I mean, I also don't hate Memento, for example. Like the only deck I really hate is Snake Eyes. I'm gonna be honest now. Like Memento is fine, but like for example in WCQ, it's really hard to play those decks because you have to perform 3 days and like 3 days of like
Yeah.
Memento and Branded
Yes.
comboing.
Yes. Yes.
I was talking with Abu. I was talking with Abu already, and he was telling me like, Nikki, I might not play Branded because I mean he's crazy with Branded. I agree, but like every Branded game feels so hard to win because, like you said, it's a skill deck, right? Like you have to
Yes.
like perfectly play Branded because if you play perfectly, it's crazy. But like all the Branded games are hard as fuck, bro. Especially going second
Yes.
because you always have like the chance of breaking boards, but it's really hard. You have to play pitch perfect, and for that you need a lot of brain capacity. And I don't know if you can do that 3 days in a row. Like I'm not sure about this.
That has
But
always
you know
that
what,
has
bro?
always been the case with Branded. I remember even back when I used to main Branded, right? I remember there was like a DC, and then I was talking to Abo. I was like, dude, as much as I'm really confident with Branded right now, you know, and it's easily my best deck, you know, like even like compared to like Snake Eyes, you know, I felt better playing Branded than Snake Eyes, right? But I was like, Branded is just not a DC deck, you know, like it's too much effort, you know, like you will crash out.
Bro, guys, the most chill deck, bro, is fucking Tenpai. You sit down, you make your shisha, your vape, you're gonna order some Domino's pizza, bro, I don't fucking know. Maxi, Fubalot, everyone, fuck you. Summon Chandra, game, and get 1k point every 2 minutes. It's so fucking good. Oh my god. I get a boner. Guys, I fucking love Tenpai. Oh my god. Such a cool deck, bro. I love that
Okay,
deck.
so okay, can
Can we talk about Tenpai?
we can mute
Can we talk
I
about
think
Tenpai?
we can mute Nikki.
Why? Oh my god, Tenpai is oh my god. Like Tenpai is perfectly made for DC, bro, because you're not getting tilted and like mental like statement is crazy, bro. Like you have to have a clear mental throughout the whole 3 days. And bro, like the amount of T2 members that were tilted and wrote me, Niciboy, can I have a Tenpai list? Bro, everyone did that. Everyone was like making spreadsheets left and right. Snake Guy, what is the best card? Normal summon Snake Eye as. What is one card Tengenjin? And after 2 days, every one of them wrote me, Nicky Boy, could you mind sharing me your Senpai deck list? Yeah. Ah, okay. Making spreadsheets left and right, and then you come back to Nicky Boy and ask for a fucking Senpai list.
Does he know, chat? Does he know?
Yeah. Guys, cope whoever you want. Make mermaid spreadsheets, make this, make that. And the end, everyone is gonna ask me for a Senpai list every fucking time. I know it. Yeah, sure. It's fine. Do whatever you want. Yeah. Let's talk about Branded. Fine. Abu's gonna write me, Nicky Boy, how many Pythons do you play? 2 or 3? Yeah.
Top Hydra, bro. Top Hydra.
Yeah. Nah, I'm already parked, bro. I'm already at my friend's house. But I wanna finish my crashing out, okay?
Thank you, Nicky Boy, for that very insightful talk. So
Bro, like it's fun, okay, bro? Bro, I can philosophy like about Branded for 40 minutes. Who cares, bro? Like fucking Snake Eye is the best deck. I will kill myself doing the 3 days of Senpai or like Blue Eyes. Let's talk about Sprite, bro. That's the crazy deck, okay? W.
Yeah.
Let's
Shout out
talk
to Nezu.
about Sprite. Shoutouts to Nezu, bro, for asking him for my Senpai deck list. And also Spectre, actually everyone.
okay.
Yeah.
Without even rage baiting Nikki and he's crashing out.
Bro, guys, one thing. Then I stop. Okay, one thing. Then I stop. Like I'm playing TCG. Like at the same time, you have to imagine this. Okay, and in TCG, it's like fucking heaven. You have like 40 different decks that are playable, and like you have no like at my locals or regions, you have no like spreadsheet warriors and this and that and talking about optimal. Bro, you just fucking give a fuck, play whatever you want, and it's fucking fun. In Master Duel, bro, I'm seeing Snake Eye Ash more than my own father, bro. I cannot do this anymore. Like it's unbearable. Bro, I cannot do it anymore. This is so man, like Brandon is not even the problem, man. Brandon is fine. Like I just said Abu, but like Snake Eyes, bro, oh my god. I cannot do it. And then people are like, yo, Nikki, the new like the KG Cup, the Asian tournament. Do you want to participate in that? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I got third place last time. And then when I join, guess what happens, bro? Everyone will normal summon Snake Eye Ash. That's not testing, bro. Oh yes, normal summon. Bro. Nah. Where's my Rise here, bro? Where's Rise here? Tell me, where is it?
Where is it?
Where he's going to.
And Niciboy is not fatherless. Niciboy has a father, and he sees him very often. But I see Snake Eye Ash like 20 times a day. Because every monkey plays that deck. I cannot
Malice,
believe it.
Seth is right. We want Malice.
No one wants that.
Nikki has a father, but Snake Eyes this is daddy. So
Yeah, that's true. Oh man, I'm getting clipped for that shit, but I don't care, bro. That's my opinion. Man, guys, come on. Like even bro, when you watch Decade's chat at Meta Weekly, bro, someone like Victinium, he wins the Meta Weekly with Snake Eyes. Everyone in chat is like sleeping, bro. They're literally camping and sleeping. Because like he plays Snake Eyes.
bro, okay, I know we're not taking chat's opinion, bro. I seen people in chat complain about Gotti is toxic. Like I know we're not going there, bro. Like
Seth, you have to make Farfa react to Dicky's rant, bro.
but now
You gotta
Nah,
make
bro.
it happen, chat.
Bro, like the Master Duel community, I love the Master Duel community, bro, but I cannot see this fucking deck anymore. It's unbelievable how Konami is just avoiding to kill this deck. Everyone hates that, bro. No, who the fuck here likes Snake Eyes? Whoever likes Snake Eyes in this chat, bro, fucking ban him. I don't care. Ban him for his lifetime. Please.
17 months of Snake Eyes.
okay, so the thing
Yes,
is, okay,
bro,
so hear me
like,
out, hear me
if
out,
you-
hear me
if
out,
you
hear me
want
out.
to
Something I'll say about
play
Snake Eyes,
Rescue
something I'll say about Snake Eyes. I
Play
personally,
Rescue
I
Ace.
personally like
I
Snake
feel-
Eyes. I don't think Snake Eyes itself is the problem. I feel like it's
Fuck
the
you.
problem is, bro, shut up. I feel like the problem is the fact that like it's just been like the best deck for too long, so we're tired of it. I don't think Snake Eyes itself is the worst thing ever, right? There's definitely like worse decks in the meta right now, like or like
It
they
is cringe.
like
It
you
is
know
pretty
like
cringe,
White
though.
Forest was
But
like
I think
White Forest was like a million times more cringe. Yugioh is more cringe. You know, like, there's a lot of decks that are like insanely more cringe. But you know, it's just the fact that like Snake Eyes has been the best deck for too long. You know, we're just tired of Snake Eyes Ash. You know,
This
but
deck, this deck has no literal choke point. You can draw 2 hand traps, and you have to throw him at the first 2 things you see, and you're always playing a game of poker, because if he drew the third extender, you lose the game. Good Yu-Gi-Oh decks need actual choke points. For example, like fucking Duo Drive, right? Here Duo Drive is a good choke point. Snake Eyes does not have a choke point.
Not
Where do I
anymore,
throw my
though.
income? Where do I
After
throw my income?
you
How do I
after
throw my...
Star, after
Yes.
Star, Duo is not even a choke point anymore, except
Yeah,
for Impulse.
I mean, who cares? But like what I'm saying is like Snake Eyes has no choke point. Whatever you hand trap is wrong. Like at least Branded have like 2 cards that are really good if you ash them. Like it's really good. But in Snake Eyes, it doesn't matter. If you fucking ash Requiem, they're gonna activate Tengenjin. If you ash Snake Eye Ash, they activate Bonfire, they activate Wanted, they special summon Diabell. It's such a terrible design deck, and people tell me they like that. That's fucking terrible. What the fuck?
no because
Jesus Lord.
it's pushes, it's
Yes,
fine,
tell
it's
me.
fine. Anyway, it's pushes, but I won't go into too many details. We've been stuck on Snake Eyes for way too fucking long, bro. I swear to God. But like, I don't, I
Yeah.
really, it's just the deck is that actually not terrible. The fact that the deck
Now,
actually,
for example,
the fact that the deck actually has pushes though, and the fact that deck because the deck doesn't just like just fall to one specific thing, you know, and it makes the deck so much fun going second. You know, there's a lot of pushes, and I actually really like that. Yeah, I would much rather that. Shut up. I would much rather that over fucking Yubel. Oh, like do you have a hand trap for the fucking spirit, bro? Oh no. 9 negate, bro. Enjoy. Like, and then going second, what do? You fucking scoop.
Okay, but where's the difference between Yubel and Snake Eyes?
Because I actually get to have like going second are not known gains. I actually have a play going second. I actually can enjoy the game when I'm not going first. So like
The only problem, Snake Eyes is a healthy deck aside from Apple. I'm gonna say it. Like I think any Snake Eyes board could be pushed through if there was no Appaloosa. Appaloosa is the
Yeah,
only
but-
thing that
and
discourages me
even
from
then,
playing the
and
game
even
against
then, throw playing Memento for WCQ, bro. Like for WCQ, I'm probably either going to be like pre-drunk for my birthday or something. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Like-
But the thing is that like Snake Eyes, you know, itself must be day that ends in Y. But the thing is that like Snake Eyes itself is the fact that like it doesn't have like a massive gap between going first and going second, and I think that's healthy. You like, you know what deck is like? Do you know what deck is like fucking dog shit going first and going second plays, bro? Like it's Blue Eyes. You know, Blue Eyes, you either hand trap sack or you don't play. You don't
Yeah,
you don't
Blue
you
Eyes
don't
is
break
trying to
you
be
don't break boards with Blue Eyes, right? Do you know what
I
can
would-
break
I
boards
would-
with Engine
I
though?
would-
Do you know
bro,
what can break boards with Engine,
bro,
bro? Snake Eyes. We've seen
Bro,
that. We
I
fought in the
broke
fucking
your
Challenger
fucking-
Cup. You know.
Stop yapping. I broke your fucking mental board twice because I play 3 drill beams, you pussy. Shut the fuck up. Snake Eye is a terrible
did.
deck. Please suck my dick, bro. Like, bro, such a bad deck. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but
bro.
what I'm saying, and like for X guy, like my guy, you
Bro,
don't
you headshot me. You didn't
understand.
just fucking anyway.
You don't understand how
You
many.
inted in Nibiru, bro. You inted into my Nibiru 2 times in a row.
I was
You don't
better than the deck,
understand.
bro. I was better than the deck. But let's let Mordred talk.
Yeah. Nicky
Hello,
Boy always.
hello. Germany versus Albania is gonna happen on like a Euro Cup of in football or something. Shut up.
Relax, Mordred.
What I wanted to say is that you do not understand how much. I mean, I'm talking to chat right now. How Omni negates like define the playability of this game. Like I played a match on DB yesterday, 1 hour match, and the only Omni negate that was ever summoned was Allied Code Talker, and like that is not even that crazy. And it was actually pretty much back and forth, and it was very skillful game. That would not be a skillful game if either of us could summon fucking Appaloosa, you know? Or Baron, or something like that.
Mhm.
So without Appaloosa, like I don't give a shit. Snake Eyes can stay alive. If they ban Apple, I'm fine with it. Malice Mirror? Yeah, Malice Mirror. Like they can make like what? Fucking Silhouette Rabbit, which requires them to play another brick in the deck, which I'm totally for. They can make Caesar with Finsmith, okay. They can make IP, and then what else? Like what? Princess? And that's it? Like you can push through that with engine. You don't have to open hand traps in order to prevent them from making like a strong board. The only thing that discourages you from like when you look at Snake Eyes board from not even trying is when you see 3 Metapalooza that you don't have an answer for, like Imperm or
I
something.
mean, bro. It's like 3 Met Appaloosa, Desiree, IP into SP, Promethean, and because everything in this garbage shit deck is 1-card combo, they have 4 cards left in hand, which are probably 3 hand traps. Good luck, have fun. No engine breaks this. No engine in the game breaks this. Maybe branded if they draw lucky. But except of that, bro, no engine breaks this. Because
Yep.
every modern Yu-Gi-Oh deck needs to be a 1-card combo, so the other 4 cards can still be hand traps.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is, like that is literally just every deck in a nutshell. Like, what does Yubel? One Spirit Yubel and 9 negates, and like it's a stronger board overall, right? Except it's just like even more cancer because it's not a really like there's literally zero skill expression in that format. You know, you can't go second. You either hand trap sack and you fucking play from nothing, or you just like don't go second. You know, you just lose. There's nothing.
Yeah, but even 1-card combos aren't the problem. The problem is when 1-card like what 1-card combo does. You know, 1-card normal summon Ice Riziel gives.
Like for
gives you
example, like
Detonator,
Finsmith,
Cross
yeah,
Negate,
yeah, Finsmith
and
is a
shit.
good example, right? Finsmith,
Yeah.
like 1-card combo doesn't go like anywhere crazy, right?
Yeah.
No, but Finsmith is supplementary engine. Like
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
when you
it's
play Finsmith as you know, it's like its entire point. Yeah, 1-card combo is not that insane, and that's fine. You know, even but like when we're talking about real decks, you know, for example, even 1-card Burial doesn't give you that much if you don't have access to Blue Eyes engine. Normal, but you get the Drill Beam and Seals, which is fine, which you can play through. You know.
yes.
But the problem is the ceiling. The problem is that 1-card Lotus equals Appaloosa, fucking Varudras, Rage, you know, and like a trap or some shit. Like that's an issue. Like we have to lower the ceiling of 1-card combos. I don't have a problem with that. You know, if I normal
But-
summon fucking Dormouse in Malice, I cannot, and there is no Appaloosa in the game. I can end on like you know, banish few cards and like you know, grind game and utility. You know. Maybe Allied Code, which is a negate, but like it's like the ceiling is not that insane, you know, and that's what's more like just lowering the power level makes games.
Yeah, but, okay, but that's like just talking into like that's like delusion talking in my opinion. That's like, oh, if game was good, then oh yes, sure, if game was good, it would be good, you know. But I'm just talking like in terms of like just
But
raw.
we are heading towards there. We are heading towards.
Yeah, but when we get there,
It's close.
we'll cross that bridge when we get there, you know. But the thing is that the point is that like Snake Eyes is a very well designed deck in the sense that it actually has plays going second, and I think more decks need to do that.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of like you know, supplementary engine you know, value because like you're like usually if you have only Snake Eyes cards, I don't think you are pushing. But if
I
you
mean,
have,
no, just in general.
if
The
you
thing
have
is
a
like,
Fin
just in
Speed engine,
general, no, just in general,
you know.
you don't really need fin speed to like push through board. Just in general, the thing is like Snake Eyes can push board because, for example, you have a Snake Eyes dash, right? They're going to negate that will go into a Linkuribo, right? And then you're going to be able to special summon Apollo, fucking Diabell, you know, and that's the Diabell is a 2500 body, right? So which can beat over some things, like it can beat over like an Apollo, for example, right? For example, and then it's like, okay, but then you can go into an SP, you know, and then SP clears 2 cards, you know, and then if you have something extra from this, you know, like for example, 2 cards dealt with 4 cards from the opponent, right? Just Snake Eyes Dash and Diabell dealt with 4 cards, right? So it's these kind
No,
of
I
plays,
understand.
you know, it's
I-
these kind of plays that
I
like
understand.
make Snake Eyes engine just an overall fun engine, just because they do have plays, right? Going first, going second, they're not just like a one trick that like Yubel is just gimmick puppet in disguise, you know?
No, it's fun, but it's not healthy, and it's definitely not fun after 17 months of a deck.
Yeah,
It was fun in the
of
beginning.
course. What I'm
But
trying
even
to say,
even
yeah.
in the beginning, the cards you feared the most in Snake Eyes were Kashtira cards. It was like I never feared Snake Eyes as an like a standalone engine. I always feared that it could fit like its main engine, side engine, and 20 hand traps.
Yeah.
Like you could play Kashtira, you could play Snake Eyes, and then 20 hand traps on the side. And like the scariest part was special summon unicorn. It still is like
Yeah, I mean the thing
or
about
activate
special
thing
summon
is
unicorn is that like it made you like hand trap them. Like when you hand trap them, oh my god, he got cooked. No, 07 Nikki, 07 Nikki. But he crashed. No, just kidding, he didn't. But the thing is that like when you special summon unicorn, right? It's like okay, so you're gonna ash them, and then if they play through them, then you have to play your turn 2 without a Hita or Promethean. So like good luck. You know, it was simply just a case of like, and then if you activate OSS, for example, like even like you get cooked even more, right? Because of birth, right? It's just a case of like it just made that like it was just that extra annoyance that made the board unbeatable, right? But the thing is that like yes, Snake Eyes is a very strong deck, right? And we're tired because we've been seeing it for like close to 2 years, right? But the thing is, we're lucky that it was Snake Eyes that was best deck. I think if it was Yubel 17 months, bro.
Nah, Bell would never be the like I
No,
don't
but
know
no, but
what
like
makes you
imagine
never-
no, but like that's what I'm saying. So imagine if Yubel was the best deck for 17 months. You know how miserable that
but
is?
it's kind of the same thing, right? You would like it would be like Yubel is just more manageable because it doesn't have any pushes going second.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
It's
It's
more
just
manageable to deal with.
yeah, but it's
It's
just
like a glass
it's just
cannon deck.
yeah, but like
Yeah.
thing is like it's a very very unfun format. You know, if Yubel is the best deck, it's a very very unfun format.
But it's still unfun. Like the only time I actually had fun with Snake Eyes was during Fire King format. Fire King Snake Eyes was such a cool deck,
It was, but
But
I think even Snake Eyes Finsmith, like I've played the deck enough where like I've broken way too many boards to say that the deck is not fun going second. Snake Eyes Mirror is fun to play. It depends, you know. Like okay, so here's the thing. For example, if you hit Snake Eyes with like 1 or 2 hand traps and their board gets weaker, for example, the mirror becomes fun, right? It's I think is like Snake Eyes going second is just barely not enough to beat Snake Eyes going first, right? It's like all engine is just barely not
the
enough.
problem is that usually no matter what you hand trap, the end board is not getting weaker. The problem is no matter where you hand trap, like whenever, like unless the opponent plays very poorly into Nibiru, their end board is the same. Like no matter like
Okay, so
usually does not matter where you hit.
Here's the thing, you know, for example, like if you have all gas, right, and then you have 1 imperm, and you imperm Snake Eyes Dash, I think that's a skill issue.
I mean, yeah, but like if you like, for example, like right
You-
now, for example,
just wait for
if you
Apollo.
try to hit zombie vampire,
No, you just wait for Apollo. If your hand is all gas,
you
you just wait for Apollo, right? Because they'll have
Yeah,
to have
you
used
wait-
their
you wait for
Desiree. They'll have to have used their Desiree Renegade, and if your hand is all gas, you can push through like an IP and SP. You know, I mean an IP and the Princess.
it does depend, like because like there is a way you can also like mitigate that.
Yeah, I have to
by-
dip. Don't
by
worry,
keeping
I am
Desiree alive.
fine. Okay, Nicky Boy has confirmed that he's fine. Kill Snake Eyes, please. Okay, bro's gonna start like chatting. You know, ranting in chat. It's like now he's gonna do the same speech but in chatting.
But
yeah.
like, yeah, we're just jumping through hoops now. It's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It is what it is. But overall, like, yeah, Snake Eyes is not the most boring deck ever. But is it unhealthy? Yes. Are we all tired of it? Yes.
Yes,
Do we
yes.
need new decks? Yes.
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
like
yes.
I'm telling you, like if you enjoyed Snake Eyes and its ability to go second, you will love decks like Ryziel and stuff like that. I don't know how much you know about that, but
I
like
do, I do not,
like
I do not. I, you know,
good
I'll see.
format, good format. Like we only need few bans. We need them to ban Sight, we need them to ban Apo, and we will have an amazing format with Malice
And
and
Dueler
Ryziel.
too, I think. I think they got banned Dueler.
I mean, if Malice and Ryziel are the best deck, you're not making Dweller blind because it's bad into Malice, it's bad into Ryziel. Like if we have Malice Ryziel format, Dweller will not be played. We will
Ah.
not be blindly summoned, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah.
But
But Appaloosa needs to go and Sight needs to go. Like, I'm
another
not
thing,
about
yeah.
to get Sight off of it.
Another deck I want to talk about. Honestly, something that people are just not talking about. I think Sprite is actually strong.
Ew. No. Every time Sprite gets unhit or any deck unhit, people cope on it for 3 days and realize it's still garbage because the consistency was not that much of an issue for a deck, but instead that they die if you remove their normal summon.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, going
Uh,
first, how the fuck do you stop Sprite? The deck will place with like 3 hand traps. It can't go second. That's most decks right now. I don't. Most decks can't beat going second. Most decks.
This doesn't change the fact that like it's the same. Like yeah, you will see Jet and Blue like more often, I guess. But like you can still get hit by Ghost Ogre on Gigantic when you don't see those cards. The end board actually Sprite end board is not that good. I'm gonna say this. Like I have broken multiple full Sprite boards because it's just not good enough. Like with deck like Snake Eye, you can eat through Sprite's board pretty easily. And like the problem
but
also
the thing is,
that
like,
this
yeah.
deck really has no follow up. Even if you kill them, they can revive Blue. Cool. Now they have Jet in hand. Crazy. Now you need to normal summon in the fairy remove your normal summon, you lose the game anyways. So like the follow up is not great. When the board is broken, the board is not the strongest, and also when it's broken, like the board, the deck doesn't do anything anymore because it just runs out of gas at some point. And the deck cannot go second for shit. Like you need once again the combination of like Nimble Beaver, Sprite Blue, Maxi, Ash Blossom, and then like you can go second. Yeah, sure. If like all of those resolves, but the deck still struggles from the same stuff it always struggled, and that is the board is not good enough. Extra deck has to run multiple cards that are very situational, like Onibimaru. You Mannequin Cat can be cool if you decide to play a target. Stuff like that. But like in reality, if you pass on like a Carrot Red IP or like something like along those lines, it is not amazing. Like that endboard is really not amazing, and then you are depending on non-engine, which if your deck depends on non-engine and it plays like Sprite does, it's not good. So
Yeah,
I don't think that this fixes the issue of sprites in any like shape or form.
I do think, you can quote me on this, but I do think the only reason Sprite might not be on the tier list, like as a tier 3 deck, is because people don't care enough to try.
I mean, there is always some amount of Sprite topping the Duelist Cup. There is always like, and this Banlist means there is not gonna be 2 of them, but 4. For example, yeah, for sure.
Like
But
what I think people kind of like forget is the fact that like Sprite is still a shifter deck. If you really want it to be, and shifter kills everything kills everything in the meta right now.
But if you want shifter deck, you play Ritual Beast at this point. They like both Sprite and Ritual Beast both explode to like any Mulch Army or Maxi. Like your plan under Maxi and Sprite is miserable. Like you can't tell me that the plan is, oh yeah, I have red or carrot on the field, and that's it. That is not.
No, the thing is, the plan like, the Maxi. The thing is like, for example, a Ritual Beast, most hands do explode to Nib, right?
No.
Most hands do, and if it's not Nib, it's always like
no. All one card combos does, if they have Elder or Lara or Italy or something like that, all of that plays around Nib easily. And like even, if Ritual Beast player knows
And
know
even
what,
then,
what
it's
they're
not
doing.
that, and even then, even the hands that do play around Nib, it's not that they'll have like the full board.
They do. Trust me, it doesn't like I've played the deck in TCG and Master Duel, and like I'm surrounded by Ritual Beast players. The deck, like no matter where you nib it,
You always get
it just
Protoss Lock. You
does
always
the
get Protoss Lock. You don't stop the
Yes.
Protoss Lock, but the Protoss Lock is like
You don't-
what you gonna call now?
you
Light,
don't-
fire,
you,
like dark.
you don't stop Protoslock, but it's not even most relevant thing. Like I guess if you can call light. That always
Outside of
stops Field
Protoss,
Blade.
the deck doesn't handle much though.
It does end on Ulti Ray, which counters Requiem immediately because you
Ah,
cannot use
sure.
the effect.
Sure.
It also it can end on Baguska, which is like in addition to all these other disruptions, very hard to out.
Yeah,
It
I
can
guess. Yeah.
end on fucking Ulti Gaia Pelio in addition to Protoss Lock with like shit ton of negates. So like you all of a sudden you are facing fucking 3 Omni negates out of nowhere plus pop plus banish. It's
Yeah,
it's a very good deck, but yeah.
I'm also not a believer. I don't
Like
know.
no,
And,
I like
and the deck
I'm
does
just
also
saying that, like,
lose to Droll, which Sprite
it
doesn't.
does not.
Which Sprite
It
does.
does not. Trust me, you're not getting Protoss Lock, but other than that, you're getting like format Apod plus stuff like after first search. The only search that matters is the first search. For
And
Ritual Beast.
also another thing about Ritual Beast, like what is his name?
It's not a good deck. That crazy, but
Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. Again,
it's
I
not
do
that
think
crazy,
I
but,
do
like, if
think
you're
like
talking about
also
shifter, then-
also another thing is that like people have to understand that like Sprite was still like a very high peak even during tier format. Tier format.
I mean, but the general power level was lower. Like you had tier and you had nothing else. Like you had tier, you had Sprite, and then like you had everything else at like tier 4.
The
Because,
third,
like,
third best deck
the
was like
only-
Adam Emancipator. It was crazy, but
Yeah. The only
But-
way you could have played the game back then is if you played like 15 cards in your deck that counter tier specifically, and that's why Sprite was cool, you know?
yeah, but that's the thing. I think like I think if people actually give Sprite a shot, I think it's like a solid tier 3 deck. That's my take on Sprite right now. It's not like best deck or anything,
but like,
but I think it's like a
Yeah,
solid. It's a solid tier 3 deck.
yeah, tier 3 means rogue. I can get behind it. It will be a rogue deck here, sure. Like I think it will top WCQ. It will get like 2, 3, maybe 4 tops, like players in top 100 that like play this deck and nothing else. But I don't think this deck is like, if you don't have to pick Sprite, you don't. You know, if the Sprite is not the only
Sprite
thing
with
you
Toad,
play, then it's not-
bro, most of the time I don't even think Toad is gonna be the main thing with Sprite, right? It's like, like
Sprite with Toad would be crazy.
it would be strong going first, but like it wouldn't change too many of the weaknesses, right? But
I mean,
like,
it would fix the end board, you know, because like, if you're talking about
I
pure Sprite,
I feel like the end board is solid already. I don't know, bro. Like you can play Melfi. Melfi ends on an Omni negate, you can end on a bounce, it ends on a negate, there's Sprite, like that, like there's red, there's carrot, there's IP, you know? Like the end board is not like, oh, you just break the board, you know, easily, right? I don't think that's the thing.
Yeah, but
I-
what is the reason you play Sprite? Because Sprite plays shit ton of cantrips, right? You play shit ton of cantrips in Sprite. Like,
Decently. Depends on
yeah.
like the engine, but yeah, like for example, like what, like let's just check some
going
random
first
list here.
deck that runs shit ton of cantrips, but what is the better going first deck that runs shit ton of cantrips? Blue Eyes. There is no reason to play this over Blue Eyes.
Yeah, of course. I'm not saying that it's gonna be better than Blue Eyes, but it's a solid deck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm just telling you why people don't want to give this deck a shot, you know?
Yeah, of course. But like it's a case of like when you're arguing that like, okay, so like this X deck is better than this, there's no reason to play it, there's almost no reason not to play Snake Eyes right now, right? It's like outside of like as Nicky Boy said, just like Maxi and Swallows for like for the
Yeah, that's all.
for
Yeah,
Blue
but
Eyes, right?
That's pretty big.
Yeah, but like
That's
that's
all.
literally just those two. That's literally those two decks. Anything else is kind of like
But also, you can't really just pick up Snake Eyes. Blue Eyes you can just pick up today and like play it very decently tomorrow. Snake Eyes you have to like play for a very long time.
yeah, you do have to
like,
be,
get
you
the-
have to be good at the deck. Like there's it's 70 months and there's people still who are bad at it. It's crazy. But other than this, we did talk about the Brand versus Memento, which you know I also am like a bit on the fence about it. But like yeah, like Branded post Banlist I do think will be better than Memento. simply because like Memento does lose to some stuff that is kind of popular right now, right? For example, like IP, SP, you know, like brand normal summon Aluber like beats that, you know, easily.
Yeah.
Right, that's the thing. But you know, branded definitely. You still have to remember, branded is a 60 card deck, right? Like you don't always open like Abo, right? Like I know Abo, like you know, will open like super poly grass branded fusion called by, you know, like, but that doesn't happen with the rest of us humans, you know. Like you know, a lot of time you will just open the average 60 card deck, which 60 card build, which will be like what is it, like Albaz, Quem, and Aluber in hand. You know, it's like, okay, now what do I normal summon? So yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think that will be it. And the last part is I just want to cover like the tournaments, you know, which will be throughout the week, right? As you guys know, exclamation mark Discord. Let me just do it. Exclamation mark Discord for the Discord. Then in the
Before
tournament.
you do so, I'm gonna leave you because I have to go.
Yeah. Okay. Big thanks to
I don't know if
Mordred.
you-
Can I get a shout out for Mordred? Can we get a shout out for Mordred? GB Mordred. Shout. Wait, how do I do this? Shout out Mordred. GB Mordred. Appreciate you for coming by, bro. Yeah. Go check out Mordred if you haven't already. And yeah. Thank you for stopping by,
Yep.
Mordred. I love you. I love you. I love you.
07. Love you too, bro. Yep.
No homo, by the way, chat. That was no homo. Where's the LGB tier list now? What do you mean LGB tier list? What tier list? Well, we already did the tier list. But yeah. So remember, if you haven't already, join the Discord, and then we have the in the tournament announcement, you'll have all the announcements for like pretty much everything, right? So there's this tournament, which is like the first place $75. You know, it's like a tournament like free entry, right? And it's happening on June 7th, right? And the thing about this tournament, like, because like we're on this, bro, like I don't know why everyone has the access to like at everyone, and whenever somebody new joins, bro, they ping everyone. This is the most cursed thing I've ever seen. Yo, Arya, what's good? Like, this actually is the most cursed thing I've ever seen. Hey everyone, let's give Mr. Sharp a warm welcome. And then you go hi. Hey everyone, let's give Noble a warm welcome. Hey everyone, like, okay, I get it, bro. People join the Discord. Why you pinging everyone for it? Like, this is the most cursed thing I've ever seen, unironically. Like, this genuinely like triggers me, bro. Like, it's actually miserable. So yeah, as I was saying, there's GOG, there's this tournament, there's the LBF, which is today, which already happened basically, right? And then there's the cloudy tournament, which is gonna be on Sunday, right? Every tournament then that will happen throughout the week, you know, you will find the announcement here, right? So yeah, join the Discord, and again, exclamation mark Discord, and yeah, that will be the GBBC for today, and I will see you all next time.